This is TOMU, the open mic unfiltered. Today's episode is special. It's my first ever guest episode, and I couldn't think of a better person to start this with than my old friend Ross Powell. We're talking about going from benders to marathons, literally. This is a raw, honest chat about change, mental health, and taking control of your life when it feels like the wheels are coming off. Let's stop fucking about and get into it. So, Ross, thanks for coming down. Give me a bit of your time.
No worries.
So what's been happening with you?
We're live. I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm, like you, just navigating and working it out. You know, as the days go on. Still have my bad days and have my good days though. Yeah. More good days than I do, should we say, the wobbly ones that we're used to. But yeah, mate, how are you though?
Yeah, I'm alright. A bit like you, just figuring it all out. And like I said, I've got 2 mics here and I don't really have a fucking clue what I'm doing, but I'm rolling with it. But just start from the top from yourself. What was life like at the lowest?
So for me, I think like if you want me to go back to where it started, I always think now maybe COVID is probably when I first sort of felt like things unraveled differently for myself. Coming back from Australia, no real like plan in such and that, and obviously like if you follow us along on my socials or whatever, you see like always had an affiliation to, you know, partying and the drug scene and whatever, but it wasn't really, should we say, like a problem as such. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It was more like, rave scene, go out, you know, your friends, blah blah blah, until maybe I lost that like I'd say like control, you know. It's one I would say. So what we're 2025 so
when was COVID? 21 20? I know it started 19, but when did it go?
I can remember 20? I was about 27.
Okay.
So I can remember like having a really blowout year for that when we first got back, and obviously when, you know, pubs closed and everything like that. So that was like chaining up a wild animal for me. Like, do you know what I mean?
You got nowhere to go, and all you want is the pub door to open again.
This is it.
Yeah.
I was doing all sorts of shit. Like, we had just moved into this place up St. John's as well, me and my mum, and it was getting hectic. She had just like, it was just hectic with them really. She had just like sort of split up from someone, got with this other guy, and left me in this big house on my own. And so it was COVID time.
Free to roam.
All that was around was acid and fucking your mates with beers, mate. I was having like 20 people up to the gaff every weekend.
Open door. Yeah, literally. You were the pub.
Literally. And it was causing all sorts of ruckus. There was actually one point where like a few of my close friends, there was people just like got word around, you know what I mean? And there was just racks of people turn up. There was like 50 people in the kitchen at one point.
It was a bit like my gaff down at St. Mary's.
Yeah. Wow. I was going to say, like, me and you, Jesus Christ, mate, even like
some nights.
Similar past, you know what I mean?
I think that's why I was quite drawn to having you on, like to speak to you, because what I've seen you do is kind of, you know, you were sort of where I was or where I have also been, and you're probably a bit further ahead than me in the sense of your health physically. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to figure out that balance of my mind and my body, whereas at the moment there's a lot of energy on my mind and I don't really have. I need to get into some sort of exercise.
This is it, right? But like I say to everyone like that I speak to now, it's almost like you can't, it's snowball effect, right? You have to take one thing at a time. It doesn't, like, no one can just change their lives in one day. It just doesn't work like that.
No, exactly.
You have to take, right, I'm going to start navigating this one, then you can start adding the whistles and bells, right? Because that's what it comes down to. You need to pick the components of, obviously, like what you're consuming, the content you're consuming, you know, your fitness and stuff you're just putting in your body, you know. I started with a diet, mate.
Exactly.
Simply with my diet.
Just eating better.
That's
fucking processed or takeaways and...
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And again, come from that place of such a low point where you're thinking, what can I do? Just simplifying things, right? I had to simplify, just taking it one step at a time, you know, and that's where I found like these guys online that was like, hang on a second here, which influencers, right? And seeing how they changed their ways just by simply what they were putting in their body. So that's probably where I'd say, sorry, a bit of a long-winded, but
that's all right.
Back then, straight after COVID, I'd say, yeah, I wouldn't have said it was a low point, but I was like breaking out that sort of, especially after the pubs had been closed and everything. It was like, you know, it went hell for leather after, as soon as they weren't, more or less.
As soon as the pubs opened, were you still mad for it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So you
got worse.
Yeah. Okay. So you had the parties, and then the pubs opened, and it was like free reign again. We're off.
We're back out. We can mingle.
The leash is off.
Yeah. And then like probably a main factor of it all was I inherited nearly 6 figures.
Okay. Fuck.
So
yeah, you had a bit of cash to burn for.
Wow. Yeah. Exactly. And there was no way at a point in my life where I should have been having control over that money.
Yeah, not then anyway.
No.
Yeah.
Mum wasn't in a good place, and I forced her to basically hand that money over to me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I started getting paranoid about that. You know what I mean? And it was just shit show, basically.
So you probably look back at that now and you think, what was I doing? Like, what an asshole.
I'm a mouth as well. Yeah. You got to understand as well. Like, this is no disrespect to anyone, but you open your mouth when you're off your head on that. World gets around, and you've got a lot of friends, you know.
All friends, all people that now become your friends.
People that want to party with you. Yeah.
Ross has got a bit of cash.
Bags are rolling in. But you don't have to stop.
No.
Really.
What's Ross up to tonight?
Yeah, exactly. Phone was lit up, man. But like you say, it's I don't regret anything. Like, I'm actually grateful for it all. It's led me to where I am.
Yeah.
You know, and I think if you start looking back and, you know, that feeling sorry for yourself, that's exactly what got me into a mess in the first place. Do you know what I mean? Was feeling sorry for myself, you know. We like to use these things like, you know, trauma and the rest of it. At the end of the day, like, life is that sort of peaks and troughs. Like, you're never going to have it all one way. And if you did, it would be boring anyway. Do you know what I mean? Like,
that's what I've always said. Yeah. You've got stories to tell now.
It shapes. It will shape you. Do you know what I mean? I think like that's the part of the process of getting more experience with it now. Yeah, because even now we're sat here talking about it over 2 mics, and it's just like we'd normally have to have a few.
A few bevies before we even started digging into this.
Yes. Yeah.
Or feeling loose enough to go.
The chat's pretty dry and basic until you've had a few, and then it's like,
and then the skeletons come out.
Exactly.
Yeah, or just the nonsense. Just pure nonsense.
This is it, man. Yeah. This is it. So it just shows the work that's been done. Do you know what I mean? Behind the scenes, you have to.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it feels cringy and horrible, and it sucks, man. Yeah. And I think that's probably the biggest thing that sort of inspired me throughout that rough patch that I had. It was probably a good 3-year period where it woke me up to like just the general sort of epidemic in itself with the men's mental health. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's renowned that we all get together and our therapy sessions are, let's get a few drinks, bags out, and then we'll talk about our problems. We don't want to do it like...
We'll talk about our problems whilst creating more problems.
Yes, exactly, while the phone's going off the Richter scale, whoever you're pissing off and ignoring. Do you know what I mean? And you think like, but I'm having the time with the boys, we're chatting about our issues. No, you're actually avoiding.
Or you're just creating more issues.
Yes, exactly.
Down the road.
This is it.
You wake up in the morning and it's that fear, the beer fear, or the alkanoia.
Exactly.
You just don't know what you've done, who you said it to.
This is what I've come to realise as well. You go and get off your head, and I think like guys, lads especially, are making decisions off your head that effectively could change your life forever. Do you know what I mean? Making decisions that could fucking really fuck your life up. Which I have done. Like it's caused me a lot of stress by making choices, and ultimately that's where my change come, because sober self couldn't relate to the guy drunk on his exactly.
It's like an alter ego, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like the
Jacqueline Hyde.
Yeah, because I remember when I used to sort of go off on one, I felt like I could then, do you know what it was for me? It felt like when I was off my face, or I was on a bender, I was then being the person that I thought everybody wanted me to be.
Yes.
Like I thought I was being that fun, cool Cameron, or like the guy around town. And really, I was just being an absolute fucking weapon and losing friends. Do you know what I mean? And everyone used to say, even when people used to say I prefer you when you're sober, I didn't believe it. I was like, I'm fucking boring sober. Like Cameron boring. Cameron sober is just fucking stiff.
I think what we're taught as well, like if you grow up around it, like society is based on that. I think if you don't drink and you're not getting the idea, especially the culture around here, is like you can't get as tanked up as you can. It was about getting as high as you could.
Yeah.
It was about
as fast as you could.
As fast as you could.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
If you're not drinking or you're not off your face, what's wrong with you?
It's a badge of honour.
Yeah.
Like, it was a badge of honour to be awake for 2 days.
Yeah, that was the thing, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I've been awake all weekend. Oh, fucking congratulations, buddy.
Mate, honestly, that's what I mean, right? And it's like, that become a regular thing for me, yeah? And it wasn't just, a little bit of cocaine for me. I loved ketamine.
Okay.
That was my
I was
go-to.
never a fan of ket.
Really?
No, I didn't like it.
Mate, I got to a stage, kid you not, I was sitting in the pub on a Saturday afternoon, and I would be going to do bumps of ket during the football match.
Yeah?
Yes. Watching the screen melt in front of me.
Thinking about, I don't know if I'm watching football anymore or I'm watching fucking volleyball,
That was standard, honest to God. That's where it become okay.
Is that when you realise
you're not even getting weird in the... I think when I realised was I completely capitulated. So after COVID and that, we got into... There was just a big 2-year period. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't enjoying, obviously, to a point. Obviously, I was going out and flashing the money and whatever it was. But the actual point it got to was when... so in the second year, I actually had, I think it was about 32 Monday clubs out of a possible 52 throughout the year. So
yeah, I mean that paints its own picture.
You could tell how often I was making it to work, and they would turn into Tuesday clubs and then sometimes Wednesday clubs. My boss would just be texting me bro, will you just let me know you're all right, sort of thing.
Is that because you were still hungover or because you were still partying, say Monday, Tuesday, or?
I would be partying probably, so I'd go out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'd get home Monday morning sometimes, and I'd be just turn the phone off. And then I wouldn't even phone my boss or let him know or anything. I didn't even know how hard a job. He was just letting me away with pure murder. And it got to a point where I was missing so much work, but I'd just sit with the curtains closed, and just that's where it was dark.
Really spiraling
in my head, just thinking you knew what you were doing wrong. But then Thursday, Friday would come around and you'd find the energy to just go and do it again.
Well, it's the only time you probably felt better again. You didn't have to deal with all that mess in your head.
You're just avoiding it, right?
Yeah.
I'm just distracting, and I was thinking as well, I'm surrounded by people with the same sort of habits, and I'm not bad mouthing anyone, and I wouldn't, but they all had the same shit habits that I had, and you'd be saying, if you've got problems, you're around people with the same problems, and it's relatable, right? We can sit and talk about them problems and all feel sorry for ourselves, and it's comforting to a degree, Which is why,
to know that you're not you're not the only one that's fucked up.
Exactly. Mate, it's more scary to look on the other side and think, them people that are walking with their gym bag on a Saturday morning, I'm watching them through my bloody star shades.
You nailed it. Fucking Elton John sitting outside the fucking Dog and Bone or whatever it is.
And you're sat there with your can of Stella going.
Yeah, a can of Stella and a pocket full of cat.
Yeah. Mate, honest to God, it was bad.
But it is you nailed it there though. It is easier to... It's easier to stay in the pub or to stay with the pints or the drugs than it is to fucking get that gym bag and go to the gym in the morning or in the afternoon, or the stuff that in that moment you look at it and go, you boring bastard, what are you doing? Have some fun.
That was my mentality towards people. People say I run and stuff. I used to think, fucking hell, man, get a life. Do you know what? And I did actually.
I'm improving my life.
That was my honest mentality behind it. I didn't actually see because that's, if you look at it, that's what the masses do, right? There's 95% of people are out there getting pissed up, and there's actually very few that sort of have that. Life's like messy as it is, right, to navigate sober, but it's a lot fucking easier when you're not on the wreck. Do you know what I mean? And you still have your days, do you know what I mean, where you just think like, okay, now I just want to fucking write it all off. But that's life. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're gonna have...
Do you still find it though? I still have urges where I'm like, I could have a day at the pub, or I could just have maybe a little bit of a bender.
Yes.
Do you still think sometimes you get that itch?
Yeah. Well, I was only probably about 5-6 weeks ago now. I went to a mate's wake, and I had 3 or 4 pints, and I just decided my frequency went. I was looking through people again. I couldn't speak properly. And I just went, it's not for me anymore. I'm actually done with this, because when it starts, like, I enjoyed the buzz. If I enjoyed the buzz and I could be myself and I was at a frequency and chatting like I am chatting with you now, then I wouldn't have a problem with that. It's the fact that now it takes something from me. It's like it steals my personality. It steals my, maybe because I spoiled it for myself. I actually traumatized myself from that. So now I feel a negative effect of it. Where people are like, you can let your hair down, Ross. Like, you can have some fun. It's not actually fun to me anymore.
No, it's exactly that.
So they don't get it, but it's like, I don't actually find this fun. Like,
I used to.
I used to.
Yeah.
I used to. That was like, mate, that was the mentality. Like, the minute Friday bells were on, I was like itching to get to work, legging it to the boozer. That was it, from like 17 to 29, you know?
Yeah, it's a long time to fucking punish your body. And that's what I said, from 16, 17 to maybe a couple of years ago to 32. Oh yeah, it was just carnage. But like you said there with the with how it made you feel, that's what I got. It was like I used to like not feeling in myself. But then it got to the point where I was like, I don't like now not having control of myself, because I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. So now I get scared. And like you say, when you start to feel like you're looking through people and you couldn't really make sense of things, you're like, well, I'm losing touch of myself now, and I don't know which way I'm gonna go if I carry on. So I should just not.
This is
just
it,
not
right?
Do it.
I think the longer you spend out of it, and the longer you spend sober, you sort of like get less of an urge to want to feel like that again. So if you've had a bad, like, the anxiousness and the hangover in itself, man, was like enough for me to be like, I don't actually like feeling like this anymore. Before it was just like a regular thing. It was like you get used to it. It comes around. I'm used to sitting there lying on the couch, fucking smoking loads of joints.
Sometimes the hangover made you feel a bit more alive again, because you felt something. That's for me anyway.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But I just smoked the shit out of it. Like,
that was option B as well. Yeah,
I'd just be token.
You got enough, just smoke all day.
Or chase the dragon. Like, I would just keep chasing it. Do you know what I mean? I wouldn't let it go. We had a spell over here, and this actually went round like the old England, just round the corner.
Yeah.
And mate, people would meet up.
I've heard stories of that place.
That place on a Sunday, mate, afternoon. That was like non-stop for like a year. We were turning up to that place.
Sesh Central.
You could sit there racking up lines on the table, man. No one gave a bollocks. Like, do you know what I mean? It was wild. Like, it was such a crazy year, to be fair.
I remember the Foresters being like that when I first started getting into it. The Foresters, you'd go down to the Foresters at now Sheffins, and that was the same. They just let you crack on.
Yeah, there was those.
As long as you're buying a pint.
Not many of them boozers left. To be fair. The pub culture's dying though, isn't it? Like, but it is.
I suppose for you it's a good thing, or for us.
Yeah, it is in a way. But I don't see anyone, if it's not disrupting your life, your personal life, and you have that sort of control. I actually like jealous in a way. Do you know what I mean? But in my heart of hearts, I know that it doesn't match with not even like my goals, or it just caused so much disruption in my life. I don't know whether I'm pretty all or nothing. Do you know what I mean? So it's worrying for me. Like I say, you have that lack of trust in yourself. So if I do slip the can or the joints, it could be non-stop.
No, man. I think all or nothing has always been my problem. And it's with anything. And unfortunately for me, it became more of a towards the destructive side rather than something that was productive for myself. It was always something that was destructive. And it was the pies or the booze or the drugs or relationships or Yeah, and that's why now I can't even have a pint. Like if I have a pint, I know I'm gonna have another pint. I know I'm gonna have another pint. And like you said there before about jealousy, I look at people and I'm like, I wish I could just have a couple of pints and just enjoy my fucking night and go home. But if I have a couple of pints, I'm having another 10 pints and then I'm fucking doing, I don't know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
That's, for me, it's not worth it. And yeah, I don't know about you, but with the weed, for me, that was the hardest thing. Mm-hmm. And I got off that about maybe 2 or 3 months ago now. Mm-hmm. And I never thought I'd get off weed. I loved it. But I say I loved it, but then I got to a point where I was smoking. I wasn't even enjoying it anymore. I was just smoking it because that's what I did. That's who I was. I was just the guy who smoked. Same as me. So that was like my identity. And I thought, if I get rid of that, then who am I now? I just carried on, even though I was hating it. But did you ever have did you ever get to that point where you were doing things and you knew you didn't want to do it, but you also didn't know how to not do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was like my habit. It was like sometimes I didn't realise I was doing it through routine. I could just literally walk from my front door. I could tell you from the minute I walk into my box rollers, first couple of, I'd take a shit and then I literally walk out my front side door. Do you know what I mean? Smoke a joint. Still smoke. And it was like, I was like, it's like Matrix shit.
It's like it's ingrained in you. Like you said, you walk through the front door and the first you're not even thinking. Your body's just taking you to your weed box or whatever. Yeah,
and you're like, I don't want to do it. It's like
I don't want to do it, but I'm doing it.
Yeah, it is, and it's such a horrible thing sometimes, and it's becoming present to it, right? It's actually acknowledging it and being like, hang on a second here. Do you know, like, you're doing this? Because sometimes you just let your autopilot.
Passive, isn't it?
Passive. You're just doing it. You're just like, it's part of my routine. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, to a degree, am I fucking autistic or something? Because I'd be sitting there like even my housemate, we sat there smoking a joint, and I'm having an anxiety attack on the couch.
And you'll sort of go to yourself and go, okay, I just need to ride this out. I know what's happening, and it's going to be over in about 20 minutes, and I can enjoy it. But right now, I'm fucking freaking.
Sat there like heart attack.
Don't tell anyone to make it worse.
There's 2 other people sat there, and you're just like having a quiet anxiety attack, not saying anything. And then you're like,
people look at you like, you're right. I'm fucking blind. Leave me alone. Stop looking at me. You're making it worse. Don't ask me any questions.
You come out of it, and then you're like, "Oh, thank God for that," and then you just lean forward.
That is exactly it. Yeah, that is exactly it.
How mental is it? You're
like, okay, I survived that. Right, what's the next? Roll another one. I'll just do it again on repeat.
Well, what I'll do is I'll take a couple of puffs and put it down. You know what I mean?
Just test the water again.
But I was doing that for months prior, mate. Even like during my first marathon and the second one, I was still like, oh yeah, recovery based and. Have moments.
Were you still smoking weed when you were doing the marathon?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
How? My lungs
I'd
were
up
bust,
until
mate.
I'd say regular. So, but then again, I wasn't like the way I was. Do you know what I mean? I wasn't like everyday shit.
Yeah, okay.
But it was like I was dabbling. I was like, I'll have a couple at the weekend. And, you know, like cutting down. But I think that's like a phase of anything. Yeah, you need to like spend time off to then go back to realize like. That's what sort of like an addict will do, They'll think...
That's the relapse, isn't it?
Yes. So you think like, oh, I've got discipline for it now. I can be a bit, But then you have it and then you start slipping back into old ways and it comes more regular and then it interferes your good routine. Then you have something to weigh it against, You've got proof. So I would have like stints, say like 4 months off the booze and then our wedding would come along. Oh, I can have it at the wedding. Get up the wall at the wedding. Hate myself. For a week. Do you know what I mean?
Why the fuck did I do that?
Why did I do that? But you know, people are like, oh, you can, you know, you're doing so well, blah blah. And then I'm like, oh yeah, true.
But they don't feel what you're feeling inside. Something. Yeah, exactly.
I'm the fucker who's got to go home and deal with my mental state for the next week.
You guys just see me have a great time and enjoyed me when I'm drunk, and now I've got to sit back and have a fucking deal with the devil.
Exactly. And it's like, it's you versus you all the time, right? And there's only so long you can go on with it before you're just like, right, nah, enough's enough sort of thing, you know? And that's exactly what I had with the weed, with the drugs and that, like, and I'm not touched now, even like the paraphernalia side, like that's been a solid year now. I wouldn't even, someone could rare one up there and I'd be like, it just doesn't give me any desire to go and have a burnout. Do you know what I mean? I don't actually have the desire to think, I'm going to go and have a night and walk back home, sunrise the next day. Do you know what I mean?
So you don't get any urges anymore?
Not
if you're
not
in
like that. No.
Okay.
And I take myself away from it. I've been brutal in the fact that like I've just.
Have you had to change your circle then of friends?
Yeah,
quite drastically.
Yeah, I've literally just walked away from it all.
Okay.
To a degree. So even like invited out for their parties and stuff like that. And it's nothing to do with the people. It's not them. It's me. I'm defending myself from myself.
Yeah,
if you know what I mean.
No, I get it totally. Yeah.
It's the triggers, because your mind will play tricks on you. It's not personal at all. Yeah. It's like I don't want to be around people drinking, and I don't want to be around people smoking and taking drugs. But like that's just me, because right now I'm not in a place where I'd rather be doing other things. Do you know what I mean? I'm working towards my own goals.
Yeah, and
it doesn't relate anymore, and I don't think you should ever fear outgrowing people, places, behaviors, habits. That's a growth in yourself. It takes balls to do it, and a small place like Jersey as well.
Definitely.
It's very hard, and I made friends for life as well, being in that deep sort of connection.
No, you do,
you do. So you have an emotional. A lot of people have that sort of emotional connection, which keeps them. Exactly there
in that position.
Exactly.
You don't want to leave your mate behind.
You don't want to fucking be that dick that's turning around going, sorry mate, but ultimately you have got the same shit habits as me and we're not good together. And that's a tough conversation.
Then you're shining a mirror, or like reflecting a mirror back onto them, you know? Yeah.
I mean, everyone starts seeing me do my thing now anyway. They don't want to hang out with that person. It will make you feel a bit shit about yourself.
No, it will.
I would feel shit about
Well, imagine old Ross sitting at the pub and new Ross walks in and he's looking like this and he's done all the stuff. Old Ross be like, you're a fucking cunt, eh?
Yes. Look at this guy. Loves himself. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Fucking social media guru now or something.
Yeah. Judging him. And like, I think that all the time. But now I'm like almost thinking, to be honest with you, I've not received any bad ill feeling towards that or anything like that.
That's
but your phone just goes quiet, and that's it. Like,
but the phone goes quiet, so your mind goes quiet.
Yes, yeah. It wasn't at start. Don't get me wrong. People were hassling me to come out and like cussing, but you just got to ride that out. You got to ignore it. Eventually, people understand what you're doing. The minute, obviously, you start really pushing it. I started obviously when you start preaching online and stuff. You're having to practice what you preach, and it's coming from a place anyway that I generally want to help people. You know, I'm not here for a financial packet, make my life.
You've had your 6 figures.
Yeah. I know what it's like to have money. It caused me nothing but destruction. It was like now my whole my ego's been. I've had an ego death effectively, you know, and I'm not the same person I was. I don't actually have in common anything that I probably used to have in common with most people, and with old Ross. I find it really hard to relate to that guy actually. I think he's an asshole.
Did you find there was a point where like you sort of mourn your old self or grieve for it? Like yeah.
Well, like you say, the lowest point was I was neglecting everyone, and I mean everyone, for my own self. I think back now, my mom was in a tough situation, and I was not ignoring it, but maybe there was stuff going on, and I was nowhere near it because I was too busy getting off my head myself.
It wasn't that you didn't care, it was just that you weren't connected enough to what was going on really around you.
Mate, I didn't know what day of the week it was. You know, I couldn't
you just kept asking, is it Friday?
Yes. I'm just going around and straight towards the distractions, you know. And I lost real good contact with my dad. I didn't speak with him for like best part of a year. Me and Brett weren't speaking. Like, me and Brett have never had amazing, which is my brother by the way, like amazing relationship, but it's still a complete disconnect and stuff like that. And when you do sort of like that weighs heavy, man. When you do take sober time and start thinking, it beat me up, man, especially with my mom and stuff like that. Like, mom was going through a tough time, and like I wouldn't have been able to be there anyway. I wouldn't have been able to jump in the car and race to
help her or do anything.
Because I was too busy getting off my head and
your face somewhere
flat,
else. Well, the way fucking out attack.
Yes, mate. Some gaff that I like looking around. I don't even know the people in the room, and I'm just like,
you don't even know what postcode it is anymore.
How did I get here?
And who drove me, or did I walk?
And that's the point you get to, right? Once you start sitting in a party and you're looking around and you think, why am I sat here with these people? And people were like, well, I was like partying with like 22-year-olds. They were like looking at me going, how old are you, mate? And I'd be like, 28, 29. They'd be like, fucking hell, mate, I don't want to be doing this when I'm your age.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
and you start to feel it, yeah.
I'm maybe in the wrong place right now.
Or just the wrong house. Is there anyone that's a bit older?
I'm sure I'll come in with my mate. He's 27. But I was end up like, I would go out with anyone that was.
Did you used to go out with people and then end up with other people?
Yeah.
You just go on your own adventure.
Yeah. There was like obviously the same culprits that I'd end up like that I knew. But this is the selfish part of me, yeah. I would end up targeting people that I knew I could. If I get you out for a couple, I got you all night, all weekend.
Yeah.
Really?
No, I know that. You'd find someone you know, or you'd try and convince someone to stay, or you'd pick the person like, you'll stay out one more pint, and then before you know, if I get them drunk enough, they're going to come with me wherever I go.
100%, 100%. And it was like, you know, we'll go for a couple after work sort of thing. And
you know yourself, it's not a couple. You know it's more than a couple, but that's how you get them in there.
2 slid down really nice. 3rd,
because you know a lot of people,
dealer.
Once they've had the 3rd or the 4th, that's it, they're out.
Oh mate, then you're on the phone to dealer, isn't it? Going, nah, I'll just pop home for a shower, mate. I'm just gonna get my shoes on.
I didn't wear the right shoes. I'll be back in a minute.
100%, mate. And then it's like you're giddy in the shower.
Yeah.
Man's gone and get the bag. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Good night ahead.
Good night ahead. Yeah. So that's ultimately that was the chain of my life. Do you know what I mean? And drinking was such a massive part of it, which it is for a lot of us. Do you know what I mean? It was also like, you know, therapy, and we just intertwine it with the whole lot. And I wouldn't say I licked it up off the grass as such. Like, I grew up around that, you know. Drinking was throughout like the family. Do you know what I mean? So you pick up behaviors and the rest of it, but it's not a blame game. I got sick of thinking to myself, oh, I do this behavior because I seen it. Or no, we all have a choice at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean? And there's enough information out there for us in a world just completely overloaded with this stuff. We can access more information to
help ourselves.
Yes, exactly.
I think it's just the least path of resistance. It's easy. It's easy just to go to the pub rather than try and sort yourself out. And then once you say you're accustomed to it, or it becomes routine, then it's you know it's not great, but it's not that bad in your mind. Do you know what I mean? It's not that bad.
Well, everyone else is doing it, right? So it doesn't actually seem like you're doing anything.
Too outrageous.
Everyone's doing it. So the minute you stop and you realise, because that's a lonely part, right? That's the bit you fear most. You know in yourself that when you are thinking about taking this decision to maybe stop drinking and stop going out as much, like, your friend circle does diminish. You find out exactly who your pals are from the off, right? So that was from everything that I've ever known, do you know what I mean? To just walk away from it is very difficult, knowing that it's going to be a lonely journey.
And it's, you have to, like you say, like, you do it yourself. There's no one's going to come and help you.
No, for sure. There's no one coming to save you. That's the saying, right? Like, and that is the reality. I don't actually want to sugarcoat it to anyone. Like, it gets worse before it gets better. Yeah. It's like cold turkey shit, right? You're having to deal with the FOMO,
it's the boredom first as well.
Boredom.
What do I do now?
Sitting with yourself, your actual thoughts.
Reality.
Torment yourself. Do you ever get like waves of coming in, like, I did that night, and you just think,
oh, and you sit there and you think, that's who else remembers it? I don't know. I don't want to know.
I just think I'd go out and replay the night. I'm like, if I go out this night and be on form better and have no fuck ups, then that's the last memory. Do you know what I mean?
I should just do it one last time so it's good, and then I can just stop there.
Don't have one tonight, and then that way everyone will just remember the Ross that, he can still party, he's all right, and he's not a nightmare. Do you know what I mean?
I do that to myself all the time. If I knew I was going out and I knew it was going to be a bit of a wild one, I'd be like, Cameron, just don't fucking lose it tonight. Just fucking be cool.
Talking to yourself.
Be cool. The whole time. There was one time, I remember, I'd had a few drinks. I think I was watching a football game at home, and I had a few cans, and I was like, I'm a bit pissed, you know. I'm going to go out. And I didn't have anyone to go out with. I just thought there's a pub down the road. I'm going to go down there because I think England, Scotland, or something were playing in the rugby. So I was going to go down there and watch that. I knew I was pretty wasted at that point already. And I remember saying to myself the whole way down to the pub, right, when you get in there, just get a fucking non-alcoholic drink, like a juice or a fucking alcohol-free beer. Yeah. Kept saying that the whole way down. Even through the door, I was like, you're not getting a pint. Got to the bar, and I was like, can I have a pint, please? And I was like, that fucking lasted what? Not even a second, Cameron. I'm ready on the fucking pints.
It's almost like you said, like you put the post up the other week or whatever, and it was like you said you were staring at your shoe in the shop and you couldn't actually decide whether you liked it or not because your mind is so like that's sometimes how life is for me as well. I'm like procrastinating on something and then I just reach for it and go, yeah, that's fine. And I'm like, what am I doing? I don't even like this, or I don't even want this. Like,
when did I get that?
Yeah. And it's weird how we're programmed, you know, and having to rewire that sort of part of your brain is the toughest challenge you'll face. Do you know what I mean? Which is why I say, like, you can't trust your mind now. I actually don't listen to my mind as much. I'm like, no, all I have is my proof.
Whenever my mind says I do the opposite at the moment.
Well, it's just like sometimes, you know, I don't want to get up every morning and go running and stuff like that. That's just, and if anyone ever says they want to do that, that's bollocks. Like,
so even though you're pretty religious on it now, you still wake up every day like, this is.
There's days. Don't get me wrong. There's days, but I have when I've hit that alarm goes off. Yeah, I have that 5-second window where I'm like, open my eyes. It's either fucking hell, or it's feeling good today. Do you know what I mean? Some days you just wipe the shit. Sometimes the hardest part would just be getting up, lacing up your shoes. You know,
they say that, don't they? Keep going, like wake up, put your shoes on, or get dressed, and then just before you know it, you're out the door, and then that's it. You're gone.
They're all steps towards because like stop thinking about I'm 5 miles away from feeling good.
Just get out.
Just no. First step is get up.
Yeah.
Go to the fucking sink. Yeah. Just electrolyte, water. Yeah. That's the first step. Is like I always go, right, no, I'm gonna get up, whack my shorts on, and then I'll walk, because you're always tired when you initially wake up. Do you know what I mean? Go take your piss, whatever you're gonna do, and I brush my teeth and bang the electrolyte. Once I know, I'm like, these are all steps, but they're all like little steps of the course of the bigger thing, that I could be doing at 10 miles or whatever it is I'm doing.
But even that's discipline, isn't it? Just getting up earlier.
That's
just to start with that.
That's why I say people's goals should, like, don't set
say
this
run
mega
10K,
goal.
say get up at fucking 6 a.m.
Exactly. Yes. That could be your goal for the day. I'm going to do for 3 days this week, I'm going to wake up at 6 and I'm going to make my bed.
Yeah.
And that's it. Whether you sit up, you do a bit of reading, whatever, a bit of writing, just get up at that time. Yeah. Keep promises to yourself. It starts there.
Yeah, well, I think that builds trust in yourself when you don't let yourself down.
Yes, yes. And that was ultimately just the awakening of my whole journey was like, I'm going to start really small. There's no way that I started running with the intention I'm going to run a marathon, mate. Like, when I ran my first 3K or whatever it was, I thought I was a machine. Like. I run 2.5 miles without stopping, and I was like, yo.
Yeah, Mo Farah, fucking watch out, buddy.
Post that. Like, yeah.
When's the London?
This is it, right? You have to celebrate your own journey, man, because it's like...
But mate, honestly, even now, I don't think I could do a kilometre at the moment.
My first run was 800 metres, mate. I spun round, walked home and fired a joint up and was like, that'll do.
Job done, son.
Yeah. But it was 800 metres, like, I thought...
So how did you start anyway? Did you just go down to the track and do 800, or did you start walking first? Or?
So basically, that's how I did start. I had a housemate. I actually worked with him, and we were both at it, you know what I mean? He loved the coke, I loved the coke as well, and like, it got to the point where me and him, we were at it, and you know, we were popping days off work, and mate, it's just when you know it's getting bad, when you're like, you know, spending a Wednesday night in and playing FIFA on the ching, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, just you don't really need to have that to play this FIFA.
No, but it was good crack, and we could talk some shit and play, like,
so, the conversation's good.
Yeah, I got to the point where I was getting the ket out, do you know what I mean, midweek, putting him in a K-hole, and me just sat there loving it, like,
laughing at it.
It was, honest to God, it was really bad. So then we hit this patch, and I was like, right, no, that's it, I'm going to start sorting my shit out. I started going to the gym. He's like, I'm taking back up running. So he started running. He's like, why don't you come out for a run and that? And I was like, oh man, like it's not for me and that. So I started going out walking around the cliff paths. I did a few walks around the cliff paths and I thought, oh fucking hell. Even that was hard. I was smoking joints walking around the cliff path.
Could get myself in shape by making a joint.
Yeah. It was just a step, you know.
Yeah, no, exactly. But you're there.
Yes.
You're not on the couch smoking.
But I was actually getting emotional walking around those cliff paths because I knew the reality.
Yeah.
I knew there was like this long road ahead. I started having the thoughts and I started thinking I could be looking at not being able to touch alcohol and drugs here ever again, because I always say if you start using it as a coping, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
If it's not just a bit of a rave and you're going to have a good one and you can put it down at the end of the night. Me, I'm like more. Don't want the party to end.
Yeah.
Close. You know what I mean?
You need someone to turn the lights off.
Yes.
And go to fucking sleep.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like, and then it leads to all other shit, like of being up to mischief. You know what I mean? I start getting like wanting to, you know, like stuff that your sober self just wouldn't approve of.
Do
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You want to be in them titty bars.
You judge yourself.
Yes,
sober,
mate. Cheating on people. You know what I mean? Like that sort of like fantasy world. You're not living in reality. So when you start weighing up this, and I'm having these thoughts sober, and these are the thoughts that I was like getting out and walking around the cliff past I was having, and I was like, this is like big issues here. When I was using it to cope with life, escaping my problems in life. And I think men in general, that's the route they take to. Instead of talking to someone about it, they'll just phone their dealer and go and talk with their mates.
That's the therapy.
That's the therapy.
That's your sessions. Literally.
So long story short, but it was just literally walks, and I was walking for about 6 to 8 weeks around them, but I was dabbling back in and out still.
But was that your first taste of some sort of discipline, going for those walks?
Do you know what it was? It was the outdoors.
Yeah,
I found it was the outdoors, the nature, and just felt a bit more
connected,
alive. Connected. And was like, holy shit, this feels good. You know?
Like, breathing it at fucking real air,
fresh air. Like,
not pub air.
Man, like that was it. And just like taking myself away from the usual surroundings. Do you know what I mean? And I always saw myself as like, why would I want to go out and, you know, being I'm not a hippie. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
like,
I want to go in the woods.
This is the thing. Like, this is the thing. Like, on some mushrooms maybe.
I'll go mushroom hunting.
That's my thought of a grounding. Do you know what I mean? But and that's how. And then Josh was literally like going out for the runs, and he's like, "Do you want to join us?" And like I said, I went out in that 800, did about 800 meters, and thought, I'll leave you to it. I walked home, fired a doobie, come back, and I was like, no, I'm just going to focus on the gym. And then a few days went by, and he's like, do you want to come out again? Doing this 2.5 mile loop. So I went out and I completed it with him. I don't know how fast, it was probably like 10.5 minute miles, but
you
did it.
Yeah.
And I felt, once I completed that, I was like, holy shit, I'm not that useless.
Okay.
And then a few days went by, and then I'm like doing a 5k, and I'm not joking. Once I did a 5k, I was like, Ross, you're an animal. Like you're different now. Like you can do it.
I'm built different.
That little bit of confidence, you know?
Yeah.
And
so
then
you literally went from the walks to the 800 meters to 2.5 miles, and then you're like, I'm just gonna fucking try 5k now.
Yeah. Literally 3.1 miles, and that was what it was. And I was doing them for a while, and then before I knew it, Josh was like, you know, oh, I'm not going out today. And I was like, I'm going out today. I'd do like 7k, and I'd be like, oh, like proper, like boosting myself. Before I know it, mate, like fucking 3 weeks down the road, I was like, I'm running a half marathon and all that. I went out and ran around St. Peter's and everything, and I was just continued running.
So was that 3 weeks from the day you did 800 meters to?
Yeah, it was probably about a month. About a month from there. Yeah.
Fucking hell. Okay.
So I was like going out my Friday nights. I was doing like 15k in that, and people were like, "Hang on a minute, like, you know, if you
Who's
could
this
like,
guy?
how, like, what's going on here?" Like,
But more to the fact, how can you do it? Just your lung capacity.
It was. I think it was the mental.
Yeah,
capacity.
you just kept going.
Yeah.
So you were blowing out your ass.
Blowing. I was dying. Like I was dying, man.
Yeah.
Like some of them going up hills. I wasn't using gels or anything like that. I didn't understand anything.
Yeah, you just
I never
raw
watched.
dogging it.
Just run.
Yeah.
Just run. And like I'd go out some days and be like, when I did like a 10k, I'd think some days I'd go out too fast and I'd be dying, man, looking at my phone going, I've got 2k to go. Like, how am I going to manage this?
Yeah.
So then I just started getting by feel. right, I'm going out slower because that was brutal last time.
Yeah, I'm not doing that
You know,
again.
I'm not doing that again.
Yeah.
And, running these routes and having these hills, but it just grew. I think the confidence was where it really changed. You know what I mean? It flipped my mentality because I just thought, hang on a second, if I'm actually like focus on this, I think it was within 2-3 months, we booked a marathon.
Yeah.
Mate saying that, the lad who was like, oh yeah, let's do a marathon, didn't even end up running it. So
You were left there.
yeah, it was me and 2 others. We ended up doing this marathon in Barcelona.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like one of those, I wasn't focusing on any times, it was just finish the thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is like peak fitness for like, back in the day, if you were doing marathons, man, you were like,
Yeah.
you're the fittest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I couldn't even imagine doing a marathon, like physically.
Neither could I.
Yeah.
And I thought if you were, you're a loser.
Yeah.
It's like, how boring. Do you know what I
You
mean?
spend your whole time just running.
No.
Yeah.
But the moral of it is the intention was never like, it's the snowball effect, right? It's that you don't know when you start something how far you could end up taking it. Yeah.
Do you feel it? Did you find you found trust in your body as well again?
Yes.
Because that's where I find it hard.
I actually, so the problems I had was the fact that I neglected the gym more and just started running all the time because I was like, this is great, I feel great. I experienced runner's high, and that was like free drugs, right?
Yeah.
So I could relate, and I was like,
I'm doing this every day.
Yeah, this doesn't cost me too much on the packet.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like shit after it. I feel better.
Yeah.
But then I was picking up like hip problems, IT band problems.
Okay.
And that's where I had to start looking a little bit deeper and going, right, strength training is going to be important here because mostly where you start to get all these issues, you're probably weak in areas, right? So the weight training took a back seat and I was just running all the time. Before I knew it, I was doing like 40, 50K a week, which was a lot at the time, you know? And I was just really flat out on it. And once I did the marathon, that's where it really changed me. That's where I started thinking like, hang on, I'm far capable of more that I put my mind to. Do you know what I mean? Which is where you start thinking like, fucking hell, I can't believe like I didn't have this start something like this before. Do you know what I mean? But you start questioning everything, and I think having the time out there in your own thoughts, running, I can really relate to life in general, because it's like you can be having a good run and you can have a really dark moment of it where it's like everything's just so hard and you hate it, and then you get 20 minutes down the road and you're on a high again. You feel great. So that's life, right? You can be having a real good time and then bang, kicking the nut.
But then 20 minutes later or a couple of days later, in the
next week you're having you're having good days again. So it's like I found that in relation to it, and I started being able to rationalize my thoughts, rationalize like my temper and stuff, because it comes with it. Do you know what I mean? Drug abuse and that. You're not a nice person to be around sober.
No,
mate.
Fucking arsey.
You're an arsehole.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't have a smoke or a
line
drink
or
a line or a drink, then I'm no fun. Do you know what I mean?
That became your identity. That's all you knew how to have fun.
Basically. And like I say, that running sort of brought that back, and my passion for that, you know, my mum probably thinks I do her head in now because I'm so on it. I'm so passionate about like you're capable of so much more. Do you know what I mean? And that's where it's led to. I didn't even know I had these like sort of urges in me, but it sort of brought me back to like, it just grounded me. It stripped me of everything, you know. I stopped caring about fucking looking good watches and aesthetically pleasing moments over just being like, no, I like feeling good. Do you know what I mean? And if like I can move that like energy and frequency onto other people, then that's way better. Then that's the best feeling ever, as opposed to like being a good crack on a Friday night in the pub. Do you know what I mean?
Being a session.
People are like, oh yeah, you know, you were funny, you were a legend. It's like, I do not want to be remembered as that good crack in the pub, mate, because them guys, there's fucking millions of those guys, and they end up, you know, off the edge of a cliff. Do you know what I mean? So I started questioning everything. It gave me that time to be in my own head and really just map out, like, question everything, basically. Everything I was taught, I questioned. Everything I was brought up for, it made me realise, maybe I've been maybe I've been following the wrong way for so long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, it just spiraled. Like I say, I think you get addicted to the feeling of feeling good.
Yeah.
Do you know?
So you just swapped the, like you just said before, you swapped the sensation of feeling good through drugs and alcohol to feeling good by keeping yourself healthy and fit.
Like people will say, like, oh yeah, you're just like, you know, from one addiction to another, and you could say that, but it's a pretty healthier addiction. Like,
Yeah, I'd rather choose this one.
and my life's going a hell of a lot better with
Yeah.
that addiction as opposed to the last one. And don't get me wrong, I have to find sometimes a little moment to just uphold. Like I say that, you know, I need. Even when, you know, mum's like, oh, you know, call around today for a coffee and that. And I'm like, whoa, I got my training schedule. But then I go away and I think about it. I'm like, no, I'm going to make sure I pop around there today. Because
there's like a balance in your life.
It's like, I can't like...
Well, like you said, you're all or nothing. So it's just led from that to now this.
Yes.
And you're all or nothing on this now.
And my goal is, do you know what I mean? I want to make this a full-time thing. That's why I quit my job.
Yeah, I was going to say, I've seen that you quit your job. Yeah, that's fucking ballsy. Yeah. That's diving all in.
I just don't like comfort anymore, right?
What's the plan with it then? What's the
goal is I'm going to go into coaching, PTing.
Yeah.
I'm not found a gym where I'm going to be training out of yet. So I've got a few things in the pipeline there. But I want to grow the online, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's coming from a place I want to give value. Do you know what I mean? First and foremost, I want to go away. I don't care if I've got to live off the bones of my ass for a while. It's like that's not my issue. My issue is I'd rather be broke but happy, giving value to passion that I have, than working comfortable in a job that pays my bills but I'm just not happy doing. Right? It doesn't fulfill me, doesn't give me nothing.
Yeah, it's the means to an end.
If I wanted to stay financially sound and whatever, it's like lower risk, I just stay in my job, like the thing I've done for 16 years. You know what I mean?
With no real change.
No.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's like, so, and I've had to buy my time back, right? And the only way I'm going to do that is by, like I say, is really following this mentorship that I've invested myself in. So I need to do the work, and it's about reaching people with similar situations. And like even now, I get people like message me and ask me how I managed to navigate to where I am now, and I don't really have a clear answer for that yet. So I need to sort of work that out myself
to be able to get it, to get the recognition, to know that someone's watching or is like sort of not idolizing you, but you know, sees where you are and knows that, you know, it's possible. It's
respect, exactly. It's just more or less, you know, I think the same way I did, you know, you have to see proof from other people. The best sometimes way is to just watch it. It's just to do, inspire by just doing. So every day when someone's flashing my and they constantly see that every day is just I'm running or I'm training in the gym, my food,
eggs and turmeric.
It's boring. But it get repetitive.
Banging, though.
Gets repetitive. But there's people out there that thinks like, because like, hold on, and think, fucking hell, mate, you're gonna just do something different today. But see that consistency. In the end, you just got to respect it, man, because it's so difficult to lay that on every day. Like I'm gonna do that.
Well, they say morning, noon, and night.
Morning, noon, and night. If you rinse and repeat it, that's the difference of going from something where you're like being good at it to being very, very good. Do you know what I mean? In yourself as well. Like, I don't religiously run it every morning, but throughout the day, there's no doubt that I'm getting at least my run done. I'm getting the gym done, and I'm like looking after myself.
Do you know, I think that's a full-time job in itself sometimes. So so you have to think, can I work and sustain this?
This is what I'm thinking, right? And it's like, which is why I want my time back.
But if you're a PT, then you're in the gym, so that sort of does your gym session.
Yeah. Well, and I need to work out online, do you know? It's like having to display the message I'm trying to display, like we are now, to people in the right way, to be clear. And once people find that you're clear and you can give a service, that's where ultimately like people can hire you for that service. But I don't think that's my intention. My intention now is to go and help as many people as I can, and then that stuff comes later on. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, so patience with it. It's like the start of every journey. I think now, when I first started running, I didn't expect to be signing up to ultra marathons.
In 4 weeks you were doing what? 5k?
Yeah.
Or a marathon?
Yeah, exactly.
Barcelona.
For like 3 weeks, around, like within 4 weeks, I think I went out and ran a half marathon around around the local St. Peter's, and then, yeah.
On a plane to
2
Spain.
3 months on a plane to Spain. There you go. 10-week training block. Like, didn't have a clue what we were doing. I was just running with a mate.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Some old fucking sneakers and the way I go.
Oh, mate, like, we didn't even know what, like, chafing around the balls, you know what I
We
mean?
had no idea what hell was up for us.
Nothing, man. We didn't know. But that's all part of it, yeah. And you figure out stuff along the way. This is, like, you will, do you know what I mean, on your journey? It's just, like, sometimes you have to just fuck up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, that's sound. That's what the ultra marathon's done for me. I see it as problem solving. I see life as that now. When you start to have problems in your life, it's stuff that needs attention.
Yeah.
So you've got to give it more attention, right? Relationships, family, blah, blah, blah. Like your health, do you know what I mean? And you hear these sayings all the time. We all do have loads of problems until you have a health problem.
Yeah.
And then it's like...
There's no real problem until your fucking health's gone, I suppose.
Exactly.
Yeah. Everything else can be sorted.
Yeah. I didn't realise, like, I didn't even know how to look after myself. See all that preparing food and...
Yeah.
Mate, at the start, it was bad. I'm like, you know, burning pumpkin, like, in my oven, just like, well, that's what they did, do you know what I mean? And just
I'll give it a go.
big joints of meat, man, like, do you know what I mean? Like, just,
Did you spend a fortune as well trying to find out what you need to eat or the waste food?
Yeah, I was, like, but... I started realising, like, I wasn't spending money on bags and that all the time, so I could invest in whole foods, and it's not really, like, an expense when you think about it, do you know what I mean? I felt like I was showing up to work more, I had more energy, I had all this life back in me, so effectively...
Natural life as well.
Giving me more.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know about my gut, my gut was fucked. And my gut was fucked, but I'd still sit there and roll out
and still do
the
what I'm
shit
doing,
foods.
order a fucking Domino's.
Order a Domino's, order all the bad
Yeah.
foods, do you know what I mean? And then realise why I had such brain fog or heavy, like, you know, no energy or napping all the time.
Yeah.
Do you know what
So
I
do
mean?
you think a diet is, like,
that was
sorted
the
that massively?
catalyst. Yeah. That started everything, really.
So your main advice would be, if you want to start anywhere, start with your diet.
Yeah.
Like you said.
Start with what you consume.
Yeah.
So
I think, because you made a point about content as well, what you consume visually as well, I think impacts how you think about life and things.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
When you're surrounded and you look at the pages, like, you know, my Instagram used to be full of, like, models. And I'm like, and I'm sexualizing everything. Yeah. I've not watched porn in probably about 2 years.
Okay.
So I've been absolutely like, that doesn't even appeal to me anymore.
No.
So getting off all that, you have to remove all these things from you. These things will pollute your mind, right? Do you know what I mean? And I was consuming that regularly. So not only was I, like, addicted to drugs, and I was addicted to, like, that misbehaving, the sex addictions. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was constantly riled up.
Every
by that.
sin that was excitement.
Yes, 100%. I was, the thrill. Sign me up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And most people do have that, you know, and it's pretty taboo to talk about, but I'm not being funny. Most guys will go on the rec, get the bag, you know, get home and wank themselves stupid from
until they go to sleep.
And it doesn't just, you know,
If you haven't been lucky
the
enough
porn
out.
industry gets darker and darker and darker, you know, so that's just the reality, and you wonder why you feel like a pig. Do you know what I mean? So these are all things, like, that stem from a drink, basically. Drink of it's the start. So that's why I think now, if I can avoid putting that poison in my body, then I will. Like, and like I say, from 6 weeks ago, I've just decided that I don't see myself, I never say never, but I have no interest where my goals are going, and especially the message of life's going to be a lot better without it. Do you know what I mean? People think it sort of ends and you have no, it's tough at the start, but once you actually get over the hill and you start feeling, you start seeing some positive change towards it. You have proof. And
I think alcohol's just huge in the sense of trying to change your life. But I understand what you mean. It's I didn't know what I was going to do without it. Do you know what I mean? And I was trying to fill in holes, because, as you say to my girlfriend, like, if I was bored, I'd go to the pub. And now I'm bored, I don't know what to do. Or I'd roll a joint, and now I can't do either, so I'm just fucking sat there playing with my dick. I don't know what to fucking do with myself.
You have to find out about yourself. And I think there was actually a big moment. I was with this girl on a night out, and she's like, asked me, like, what do I like to do? And I was hit a stalemate and was like...
It's mad you say that,
I was like, well, this.
Yeah, this.
I'm a social butterfly.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I was anyway.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a great crack, you know. And she was like, no, well, like, do you have any like hobbies? He's like, you know, she's like, I was just like, it made me go inside, and I thought, I don't even have a clue.
No.
I don't know what I like to do.
It's
like,
mad you say that, because someone asked me that when I was at the pub in Copenhagen.
Yeah.
This girl came up to me. She was like, so what does Cameron like? And I was like, I don't fucking know. I don't know who I am anymore, actually. I'm fucking lost. I'm lost in this pint. That's it. That's all I'm doing now is drinking and partying.
When you got to go inside, that's the toughest place. Like, it really is. And I was
Who are you? I don't fucking know.
Head scratching, mate. And you're
Social
just
butterfly.
Yeah. That's what I was like. I was like, it's not often I don't have much to say.
Yeah.
But,
You've stumped me.
You've done me here.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're hot. Like,
don't ask yourself.
You're not going to be
questions.
around too much longer after
No.
you hear this. Like, do you know what I mean?
But you don't ask yourself them questions, do you?
Nah.
You just continue doing what you're doing because it's all
I
right.
got my phone, I'll distract myself. Do you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
exactly, yeah.
I'll just go on to the next thing, and like, I was thinking, like, especially at the time, man, like, you know, fucking football, whatever it was, like, I've even lost interest in all that sort of thing now. Don't get me wrong, I look at it, but the way I was so engrossed in all that stuff before,
Yeah.
I just like, shit like that don't matter anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you drop all that sort of like,
So you don't cry anymore when your team get beat?
no. Only by myself.
Yeah, not in front of anyone.
But I almost stopped. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, not interested in going down the boozer anymore, getting gaslit by people and like noising me up, because they'll just react. You know what I mean? And I didn't realise how much little control I had on anything really in my life. And it's easy to just continue going. Like, some people just go and do it forever. Yeah. If that's what you're happy doing, fair play to you. Like, you crack on.
Well, you know,
But-
you know yourself. You see the old boys that sit in the same corner of the pub the whole fucking
Mate,
until they drop dead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you like think about it, like, you end up having a truth inside you. Yeah. So when you're sat there and you don't want to be somewhere, and you're just, you know, acting out, keeping up appearances or whatever, you'll end up finding that that's the mountain that you're having to climb inside yourself eventually, because you're just showing up, you're there but you're not there, and then you feel like, this ain't my truth anymore, this is actually not where I want to be. Or you're like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I found that, and that's where I say, like, yeah, of course mental health issues are a thing, but we cause them as well. Do you know what I mean? Ourselves, instead of just listening to ourselves and going, not today. Like, don't do that thing. Because you know how it ends. Do you know what I mean? Just fucking.
But it's hard not to do that thing when that's all you want to do, or all you know what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like, so you
break the cycle though somewhere.
You found running, I think, or you know, you had that desire in you to. You found a purpose or a replacement for what used to bring you that joy, and you found something else to do with that.
Well, this is it, right? Like, if you mentioned there purpose, I think a lot of society now, finding that purpose is really difficult, because, you know, if we want to go back hundreds of years ago, it's like you had to survive, so you had the purpose straight away.
Your
like,
purpose was to live.
your
that
purpose
day.
was to make it to next day. Do you know what I mean?
Food.
Or now everything's gifted. It's all at our fingertips. Do you know what I mean? And it's become lazy, and we have like the loading phase has been skipped, you know?
Yeah.
I always think back to like who was tapping the shit out of X when it said it was loading. Didn't make it go any quicker. Russian, you have
fucking
to
hurry up.
Yes. Just wait. It's gonna load. Like, do you know what I mean?
I haven't got time to fucking wait. It's load.
But everyone
Now.
wants it yesterday.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Even now, your laptop or anything, as soon as that starts to buffer for a second, it's like, fuck.
Well, it's like that, isn't it? Oh, what can I stare at?
Yeah.
Like, I'll stare at that.
Whilst your computer's loading up on your phone, yeah.
It's like, chill out, man.
Yeah. Have a
But
breather.
That's probably the hardest thing to be, is like present. That's why I think running has done that for me. I'm like, all I've got is this one foot in front of the other. I stopped running with music and stuff like that. I'll put the audio book on and that every now and again. But it just allows me to go sit in this moment, and the hour and a half, 2 hours, or whatever I'm out running, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You're there. In there, my memory. That's it. That's where I am.
Yeah.
And at least it's a couple hours of the day where no one's having influence on me. Yeah. I'm listening to what I've got to say.
Do you find it's like a moment where you can switch off?
It's like meditation.
Yeah, I was going to say like a meditation.
Yeah, it is my meditation state. If you even think about sitting there doing, they say 10 minutes of breath work before you do anything in the morning or before you go to bed at night, to sit there 10 minutes and just do nothing and just, close your eyes. And it's so hard.
No, mate, it is, yeah.
It's almost like that uncomfortable feeling of like the urges inside you of going to do anything else.
But sit here.
But sit in that moment.
Yeah.
It's really strange.
When you look at yourself in a bus or something, the first thing people do normally is get their fucking phone out.
Yes.
Or put a headphone in, or I'm not sitting here.
You don't really see many people sitting around with people watching. Because you'd be like, look at that weirdo.
Yeah, that guy's going to murder us.
Yeah. But that's it, right? We've become these sort of customers where you've always got to be doing something, right?
Yeah.
And it becomes distracting, and ultimately you end up in a place where you're like, I don't even know myself. I don't know what to do. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's where we are now, mate. I still have those days, but it's learning about myself. Do you know what I mean? I've gone into that state where I'm like, I'm fascinated. I'm sort of now accepting my quirks, and I'm not trying to be what everyone else wants you to be. And you know, I've got my priorities now, and I stick to them. Whether I'm nice guy, but do you know what I mean? I'm not like kind. I'll be kind, but I'm like not nice, so you can't doormat me.
Yeah,
It's like I feel like I was very almost easily corrupted into certain situations to people please. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I loved being like center of, you know,
just making it, just being the lad about town.
now I don't mind. It's like you can't please everyone. No one's perfect.
Yeah.
Just deal with it. Once you get over the hill of that, fucking you live a lot freer.
Life's a bit easier when you start to just to impress you, not to impress anyone, but just impress yourself, I suppose.
Yes.
Or make yourself happy.
Yeah. I'm doing it for the guy I was yesterday, yeah. Like, that guy 2 years ago, right now, he's thinking, fucking hell, man, you never would have thought it. And like I say, as long as I'm not upset the wrong people, then I'm happy, you know. And the right people are proud of me. And don't get me wrong, you have to have someone to believe in you as well. But it comes from you firstly. You have to have that. Even when I was in a low state, there was always part of me, with all the intrusive thoughts and the negative thoughts I had of myself, I always had this like feeling inside me that I could do something more.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I wasn't just like everybody else sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think, I'm not generalizing, but if you look at the world the way it is now, most people leave the house in the morning with no sparkle behind the eyes.
No.
They're so plugged in and Netflix world, and all they care about is getting to the computer 9 to 5, and then they're just straight back to home at night. And it's just,
I've never understood it. I've never understood how, and part of me's envious. I've got a mate, and he's well happy, just fucking, he's got a nice job working in IT and that, and he's happy waking up, going there, doing his 9 to 5, like you say, coming back, having his dinner, watching some TV, and going to, and just, and I'm like,
on repeat.
But he's so content.
Yes.
And but a part of me is so envious of that. That's like, why can't I just be happy just to do something like that?
I know.
My life would be easier, but I'm always, I don't know if it's the same as yourself, but you're always trying to find what more can I do.
Yes.
Especially probably now that you're not on the sesh. You've done the marathons, now you're like, what's next? You know, or how much further can I run? Or what can I do now on my socials? What can I, where can I improve myself even more?
This is the battle, right? So there has to be like, once you reach a goal, you sort of ask yourself like, oh, it's over in minutes. You've completed it. You've done the goal, and then you think to yourself, the fuck am I doing now? Yeah. Big old anticlimax.
Yeah. It's the come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spend all these weeks, like months preparing for this race, and it's over in like a day. And then you're like, I've just done months of work for that little moment. And then you think, what was it all for? Is it the discovery in yourself? Is it to prove to yourself, or was it for someone else? And I think we're always having those you'll constantly have that battle of in your own head of what can I do more today. And there has to be sort of like, I don't like to say balance it off, but there has to be a moment where you give yourself some peace, you know what I mean? Not everyone's like David Goggins, like where it's going to be like every damn day, you know. There's a moment where you have to listen to your body, and you have to listen to these sort of things. I never say go out and fucking overcook yourself or you're getting injured. There's a process to it all. David Goggins didn't wake up and he wasn't that guy, 300 pounds and then half the weight in a week. Do you know what I mean? And that guy just regimented. He had to build it the same way. I think like you just want that inner peace, right?
Yeah. That's what you're always searching for.
That's what we're all searching for.
Did you have to try and find you had to be kind to yourself when you were full on? Then you felt yourself that you had to take a rest or a break from it. Did you feel like I'm now failing if I stop? Was it hard to tell yourself to just calm down for a minute?
Yeah, I think there's an element of that. Once you build through a momentum phase, you need to almost start looking, right, is this counterproductive?
Yeah.
Because I've done that as well, where I've overcooked and like everything starts falling apart and you're like, why am I regressing here? At one point I was training like weight 7 days a week, and then I was like running 6 days a week.
And you think that would make you get there faster?
Oh, exactly. Yeah. I thought I was just like, we're training this sort of image, and I thought I'm unbreakable. But you find out you're not.
Yeah, you're quite fragile.
Yeah. And you want to blow. You start affecting other stuff. Then you could start going down the route of fucking with your testosterone and your hormones. And the rest of it, do you know what I mean?
Stuff you don't even think of really when you start.
Nah, because you're just like in the mirror. You're
just the guy in the gym.
Just guy in the gym. Yeah. And like I just thought, this is healthy and that, but. Now, don't get me wrong, like you say, you look into it more now, and I've got to know my body pretty well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know when I can really ramp up and when I've just got to pull it back a little bit. Through all the training I do, I'm also doing a lot of recovery stuff.
Yeah.
Constantly in the cold, constantly in the sauna.
The cold plunge.
Cold plunge and saunas, do you know what I mean? That's 4 times a week, religiously.
So you're quite fucking...
Yeah.
You're on it.
I've got my... Yeah, I've got it. I know what I'm doing. That's like the same way I used to walk in the door and roll a joint. I now wake up, do the same thing, like on repeat, but now it's like more towards goal. And I'm going to have to move around that sort of routine anyway when I start training other people, do you know what I mean? But I'm adapted to that. If I've got to wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go running for 2 hours before I get to the gym, then I'll do that. Like,
you're fucking nuts.
yeah. But I'll do it because I know that's me turning up for the best version that they're going to get, So if I have a client, they need the best version of Ross. They don't need him rolling out of bed half an hour before turning up, because that's not going to be the best him. No. I'm going to be the best guy when I've woke up, done a little bit for me before I go to help someone.
Exactly.
So I bring that energy and I'll bring that same sort of thing that I'm preaching, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
key in it. If you're going to preach it, then you got to sort of practice it as well, as they say.
100%, mate. 100%.
But if someone was where you were, like, what was it, 2 years ago, a year ago, like, what advice would you give them to crack on with improving themselves? Or because you must have felt that at one point you could never do it, or it could never be you, or
100%. And I think it's like, firstly, you're gonna have to be really honest with yourself. That's probably the first step, is having to be really honest with yourself, where you're at. Like I started even writing stuff down, the way I was feeling, do you know what I mean? Like journaling to a degree. But it's something as simple as stuff you can control. So diet, forms of exercise, sleep. You know, these are probably like 3 of the key components that ultimately you have control of. They can't be extravagant goals, do you know what I mean? It might be at the start eating good for 3 days a week, but you're regimenting them in, right? So when you say you're going to do it, you do it, you know? And like we discussed before, if you're going to set the alarm at 6, wake up at 6. Because the minute you snooze it and wake up at 7, you already have a bad start to the day. You're already in a space.
You're already pissed off at yourself.
Pissed off. I've let myself down. Do you know what I mean? So it's about keeping those. And like I say, it's really hard to say to someone, you're going to get to this stage or that stage, but you've got to do when no one's watching, all them other little bits. Them tiny little, like, you know, the initial of going, no, I'm going to fight the urge. I'm not ordering a takeaway. You know, make it. Like, I had a great one, and it's make it so hard to lose that you always win. So don't keep, if you want to sort your diet out, don't buy shit food. Don't have it in, make it difficult that you've got to go down the shop and go get it. Do you know what I mean? So you're sat and you're thinking, I can't be asked to go get Mickey's. Do you know what I mean?
I'll just
have some fruit. Exactly. Just have some fruit there. Do you know what I mean? Alternatives.
It's a simple ideology, but it's probably not practiced by a lot of people.
No. And it's like you say, it's all those those things that other people aren't prepared to do, you have to be prepared to do.
Yeah.
And if most people, I say if, especially where I was 2 years ago, I didn't have many other options. Yeah. I was at this baseline where I'm thinking, well, I either quit completely, because that was on my mind.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. That was definitely a moment where I was just like, I can't do this for much longer.
Not like check out.
Yeah, man. I was thinking, like, I couldn't control them thoughts. That was just ultimately the lows that you have when you abuse drink and drugs to a point where you've just spaffed so much dopamine and all this energy. And ultimately, you bankrupt yourself. You've sabotaged loads of relationships along the way and hurt people. And you just think, you have to get into that space where you realise as well, you're not a bad person. You've just made bad choices. And there's always a way back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, you just look at it, you're like, fucking where else can I go from here? I'm at the lowest point. The only way I can just keep moving. Fuck it.
Well, sometimes they say that, though, don't they? Like, once you hit rock bottom, it's the only way to go after that is fucking up. So
Sparks reaction, right?
Yeah.
So most people have to hit a moment of despair. It's like you cheat death and you start appreciating life.
Yeah, no, it's exactly that.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you like, hang on a second here. I've got a second chance. What am I going to do with it?
Yeah.
My system was clearly fucked before. It's not working. What have I got to lose by trying another one?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do the opposite of what I was doing.
Whatever I'm doing now, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to do the opposite of that. Yeah. See what happens.
And it's hard for people, you know. Like you say, you're going to have to accept. You're going to have to see less of them friends. You're going to have to disconnect from that habit. And there's going to be moments where you're, you know, put it this way, if you're struggling to not go and reach for a drink, or then you've probably got a bit of an issue.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, if you can't stop, then you've got an issue.
I couldn't think of anything worse than like drinking Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. But as soon as the weekend come, I'm at it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think a lot of people. I remember when I had to see my therapist. He said that I was an alcoholic, and I was like, I'm not. I don't drink every day.
Yeah.
He said we don't need to drink every day. And I said, what do you mean? I thought that's what an alcoholic was. He was like, you don't know when to stop. So you're an alcoholic. Like when you drink, you don't stop.
Yeah.
And that was always my issue. Like you said, wasn't. I could go weeks without drinking sometimes.
Yeah.
And then towards the end, anyway, I think that's when I started to realise I had an issue. But then once I did,
yeah,
and I'd say to myself, I'll be good. I'll only have a couple.
Yeah.
Fucking, oh my fuck.
You just justify that to yourself as well.
Yeah.
So you can. You're like, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
But the minute you see someone else as well going a bit, you're like, keen. Do you know what I mean? I said this to my dad actually the couple of weeks back when I was around his, and I said that's the reality of me. Like when I start something, I can't stop.
Yeah.
It's like anything. It's
computer game or whatever. Yeah. Once you want to get to the next level,
the next level, exactly.
I'll go to bed thinking of it.
Yes, 100%. And it is a sickness in itself, right? And that's why I say when you got to be honest with yourself and say, well, this is the reality, you know, and this is why I can't enjoy it anymore the same way other people enjoy it, right? But there's same people with the same issues, but they just kick the can down the road. You know what I mean? Like,
keep going for a bit longer.
Just keep going with it, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just like I say that now. Even I dig my dad out, but you know, he's the same. Like whether it's 1 or 2 a night or 3 or 4 a night, it's consistent. It's all the time. It's like, well, try and not do that for a few weeks, and see how see what you're gonna do.
But the thought of it's mental. Like for people that are addicted to something, because weed was mine. If someone said to me, go a day or 2 days or a week without weed, I'd be like, you're absolutely off your nut, mate. There is no way I'm going about that. That's my non-negotiable. I'll stop alcohol, I'll stop everything, but don't take my weed. That was it for me.
You have to rip it all back in. But I had the same, man. Like I was doing it and feeling terrible doing it, and I was thinking like, why am I even doing this now? But then a day would go by, a few days go by, and I'd just do it again. And just think it's not changed.
I still feel as shit as I did last time. I thought I might feel different.
Well, I say like sometimes you have to have them like revisits because you have something to compare it with. You have the past and you have the now. And it's like I've got loads of friends that are the exact same, right? It's pretty common that and I say to people that that are even trying to get away from the sesh and the that sort of like things that you rely on, like no matter what, you're gonna have to dip your toe again to know that it's not you.
Yeah.
You know, go back and do it again. I don't want to say like I'm glorifying drugs here, but drugs are fucking fun. They are good.
Yeah,
that's why everyone does them.
Do them. Yeah.
So let's just
to most individuals, that's
yeah.
And I don't know
That
about
first
yourself.
come up that you have,
you're always chasing that one. And I don't know about yourself, but I'm always the same. Like, I think about it, and I would never say. I get people sometimes ask me, "Oh, what's it like? What's that drug like?" And I'm like, I'm not saying you should go and do it, but I think it was fucking amazing. That's why I did it. And sometimes I wish I could continue doing it because it feels that fucking good. But I know it's not. Yeah, it's not worth it long term. Or it's just not worth it for me anymore. But
no,
it's a tough one.
100%, and I wouldn't ever dig out people that are just going to have a little bit of a rave scene and like, you know, and they're not. That's not the issue. I think the issue is, like you say, once you start using it as a tool to cope, like a coping mechanism, you're in big trouble. Yeah, you're in big trouble. That's just the reality. You're avoiding other things, and when it starts taking over your life, like. Yeah, expect your life to come down like a pack of cards. Yeah, that's what will happen. It's not like the drug. Well, it's your becoming the issue. Do you know what I mean?
The house will burn down, and the house is you. Like, it will come crashing down. Yeah, you can only go for so long in at that pace.
100%
in anything.
And like you say, it's that first high you chase. Because that initial first high, and you know, arm in arm with your buddies and telling them life stories is ultimately a great feeling.
I'm looking out the back of your head.
You don't feel like cringe. Yeah.
You just
do you know what I mean? That's it. You're like, there's no cringe, like, but you just feel like, fucking hell, I wish life was like that. Do you know what I mean? But you know, you can do that work. You can find it like we find it now. It just takes work. It takes work, internal work, that you're gonna have to sit with yourself, and not avoid it. Do the work, and then you can do this sort of shit.
But like, you know yourself that you can find. You can only tell me this because I've not done fucking the same sort of marathons as you've done. But you can sort of find that natural high. It takes a bit more work, like you say, to get there. But obviously, the ecstasy or the drugs, that's a quick fix to that euphoric state. Yes. But if you do, like you say, take yourself out and do what you do and do the marathons, and that by the end of it, you'll feel that naturally. That sort of dopamine or euphoric feeling.
That's in life. I think you start seeing the difference in life. There are them highs, so you start stripping it all back, and once you disconnect from all that stuff, you realize that just getting outside and grounding and being grateful for even being like one in a fucking million chance of you being here is like a big thing. So once you start going out and you count your blessings and you start thinking, hang on a minute here, this is a trip, this is mad. And you do find those things, like there's real dopamine, you know, like you go and get in the gym, you show up for yourself, you do these things. These are like, you do release the same sort of delayed gratification. It's a delayed thing. It don't feel good sometimes in the moment, but later on
you'll reap it all.
Exactly. You get your rewards for it. I was into training anyway, like before, but that all fell off the wagon. Do you know what I mean? Big time, especially when I was like, the partying took over, you know. But you forget that stuff. Do you know what I mean? You forget how good that is, and it's hard selling to someone in that position, going, look man, if you can just, you know, tackle this out. No one wants to quit, like start anything that's going to take longer than 2 weeks to give them. You know what I mean?
And I think you nailed it before when you were talking about just how impatient everyone is. Like you said, you're pressing the X for it to load, and everybody wants the rewards now. Do you know what I mean? Nobody wants to go through that sort of pain or struggle, or give me a tablet or give me something to take the pain away, and it will. Exactly. I don't want to look in myself, or I don't want to.
Drugs are just the opposite of what I do. Like for now, drugs were like, give me everything quickly, and then shit after. So I great in the moment, shit later. This tough in the moment, great later.
It's just the reverse then.
And I enjoy the pain of it now. The suffering. I'm like, I am actually one of those, like after like even doing that ultra, and I was like lying in that fucking bed in the middle of Austria, and I was like. Fucking legs were humming after it. I was like relaxed a bit, and I was like, this pain is brutal. I was like, I love it. I just worked my arse
Yeah.
for this, to know that I'm not gonna break. And it was so easy, man. Like, could have gone down there and just had like, I didn't even have a beer after it. I didn't like nothing. My urge is still sometimes like, I think after a race now, I have a cigar. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
Like
Yeah.
that would be my go-to. But I'm like, there's still part of me now. I'm like, oh, could nail a fag. Like, do you know what I mean? But the minute I have a pint, I'll have a fag.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
A fag, by the way, is a cigarette.
Yeah, ciggy. Yeah.
For any Americans.
Yeah. But this is it, right? So now it's just, I actually enjoy, I'm present in all that other pain, the suffering.
Yeah.
That's my enjoyment now, right? Yeah, as opposed to all these quick things that are like, oh, this, that, and the other. Do you know what I mean? I have new addiction, and that's like, it takes a while, but eventually you come to that point. You enjoy the work inside it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
As opposed to most people, when they finish something big like that, they just want to go and get up, go and party. Like,
Which, celebrate in that sense.
Celebrate, yeah. My celebration was like, I was just happy to like, no, I want to wake up the next day hangover free, start recovering, and think about what's next. We did Sicily Marathon, and that's what me and my mate did. We ended up going out, and I'm not joking, we got this was the strongest beak I've ever tried, cocaine. It was, mate, honest to God, we were looking at each other going like, the packet, and we were going, I'm never touching that again, mate. After, and we were thinking, I was crippled, man, like for 2 days after, and I just felt rank, and I thought, even then I was having thoughts thinking, why am I like, this isn't celebrating anymore. I feel worse after, like,
you've just done all that, and then now
I don't feel like I let myself down in like 6 hours of just going out and partying.
But like you said before, sometimes you need those things to happen for you to realise what it is you want.
Yes. Yeah. To realise what your truth is, right? And then, like you say, when you have the comparisons, you can make your own choice at the end of the day. I'm like you. I'm jealous of the people that can have the balance and they enjoy it to a degree. But I'm like, nah, if I have freaking 5 or 6 pints, then I'm probably not coming home for 2 days. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm AWOL.
Worried, sick. Everyone's worried, like going, oh, he's on one again. Like,
Ross is off.
Yeah. Mate, I'd avoid like, even my like close friends. You knew a lot of them as well, and I'd like avoid them on this period as well. So I'm actually quite lucky. I've got like friends at the end of it because I just swerve all them.
Yeah.
I end up just being with people that were
same
doing
mindset.
what I was doing. Yeah. Same people that were suffering. Like I would go and rather be suffering with them than sitting with people that are going, come on, man, like
people that are telling me that I should change when I don't want to change right now. Everything's good as is, leave it alone.
Literally, I wouldn't want that confrontation. Do you know what I mean? I'd rather be with people that same mindset and that aren't giving you that hassle. In fact, if you were saying that to me, I'd say get off my case. I would be total polar opposite. My boss was doing it at work and I'd be like, you're fucking on my case, I'm having these problems, why can't you just let me fucking burn it out? I thought there was a way of dealing with it. Turns out it's not.
Spoiler.
Yeah. By the way, if anyone's thinking about it, don't bother.
Don't go down that route.
Well, it's not, is it? Like, tell me anyone who's like, your life's got better after just gonna basically sack it all off,
Yeah, I don't think anyone has.
It's not, mate. It's not at the end of the day, but you got to go and find it for yourself as well sometimes. I said at the start, I'm grateful for the things I went through now because it's built me to exactly where I am, and now I have a purpose to share with other people with similar experiences that want to do something else with their lives. Then reach out, and you'll be amazed. Like, obviously the stuff that I put out on my Instagram is at first was like, holy shit, I can't believe I'm gonna actually post this stuff about myself and let people know.
Vulnerability.
Bad.
Bad. And then if it doesn't get if you don't get the reaction you want, you just sit there like,
do you know what,
that was a mistake.
I tell you what though, you got to drop that fear, because the amount of people that I tell you will turn around would love to have the balls to own that of themselves, because it's a major thing. Like, the response I got was great. That first post of putting out, like, I had them sort of issues, and like the reaction was just like, in your head, you're thinking this is gonna go bad. Like,
Yeah.
because you do. You just think everyone's gonna think you're alright.
Yeah.
But the amount of people that actually have reached out along the time, people with like kids, that was like, mate, I've got like, I always, when I go out, these mainly guys, sick of living my life throughout the bag. I'm causing family issues because I'm going out and I can't, like, I'm always, not showing back up, and then, it's causing problems at home. Like, where did you start, sort of thing? The exact same sort of thing. And that's what inspired me to be like, right, I need to maybe do something myself to help people with the same issues, right? Because it's very common.
Yeah, no, I think it's, unless you've lived it and then you start to share, you don't realise how common it is amongst men.
Oh, you think you're a loner.
Yeah.
You think you're the only one, but trust me, there's so many guys that are like, question. And the weird thing is that the younger generation have clocked on. So I think we're sort of like the last generation where we were brought up around that pub culture.
Well, they say alcohol sales are going down, or like it's not becoming like.
I tell you what,
the sesh is no longer a thing.
These guys in their early 20s now, they're setting up their own businesses. To gurus of life, and you're thinking
the sesh culture is dead.
Yeah, it is sort of dying now, and it's like more people are starting to feel a bit like, oh, am I a fucking moron for having a can of beer at this event or something, like, because people are doing like
judged for drinking now.
Yeah.
Or getting too wasted.
I don't think that should be the case, but each to their own. Each to their own.
I think you should have a little period where you're a bit off the rails.
Yeah.
Just to find yourself somewhere.
This is it. Like I say, go and do there's nothing wrong with going raving and the rest of it. Like, it's still like music's great, and like I say, if it's not affecting your life, like you carry on. But
it's moderation. Everything in moderation, I think, is okay. If you can do it, that's the key. If you can, I can't, you can't.
Yeah. And it's the same thing. I go back and forth. Like, don't do it and then moan about it later. That's the worst thing, because you can just. There's nothing worse. When I realised, like, I stopped complaining as much, and I wasn't having all these issues because I stopped a lot of the things that were causing my issues. I realised, like, I didn't really have many people to speak to anymore because I wasn't complaining. Like, do you know what I mean? When everyone's complaining, it's like, you seem like, oh, everyone's got loads of people to talk to. When you stop complaining, people are like, fucking hell, mate, like, why are you so happy? Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
I don't want to talk to you now. You're too happy.
The world's messed up sometimes.
If you're happy, you're not. I don't want to know. If you're miserable, then come sit with me.
Yeah.
You're too happy for my company.
Misery always got a mate. Like, do you know what I mean?
Misery's always got a mate. Yeah.
And then there's like, and I would be the same. That bubbly guy that come to work on a Monday, and I think, oh, I can't stand him.
Yeah.
Do you know it's Monday? I started to just think, like, I'm literally wishing my life away. And you start thinking about stuff like that, and you think, like, fucking hell, man, like, I hate Mondays. I used to say that. I hate Mondays.
Yeah.
Fucking what?
And Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
Yeah. Like, fucking hell, man.
Yeah.
Like, can you believe that you actually that's where your head's at?
I don't want to be here.
I don't want to be here on a fucking day like that. I just need to get to them days because they're a good day. It's pretty sad when you think about it. And now I go, like, with where my life was, I just think how when I see it, I can't unsee it. I think that's totally bananas. But then I used to sit in a room for 2 days, fucking just railing lines like they've gone out of fashion, and thought that was completely fucking normal.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
This is living.
This is a good time.
In some cunt's bedroom.
Yeah.
Snorting off an old
Whoever,
PlayStation
mate,
2 case.
Whoever, whoever it was, like, I'd be there and thinking,
fucking now 45, fucking CD
I've actually
case.
got a friend now, and he's gone like the other way, and he's like really locked into his job, and he's doing really well in his job. But me and him were like that together, but we didn't see each other for months on this sort of as well, because we couldn't really hang out, because you knew the minute you collide with that person, you become
it's that again,
isn't it? But now we actually run together and stuff.
Okay,
like, we do a bit of running,
and
our conversations are very much like this. And you think, how crazy is it? Like, back
we
2
couldn't have had
years
this
ago,
conversation 2 years ago.
No way. We were fucking just like, it
In
would
it.
be like, I'll meet you at this boozer, we go for a meal, and we knew straight away, loaded up with the ketamine, and away we went.
Away we go.
And like, mate, it was carnage. And then you got busted in a car. Well, I got arrested twice, caught with ket and caught with coke. So I got I got strung up in jail, and we're in a car accident. It was like an accumulation of all these things were happening, like building up.
Yeah.
And like you're only gonna get so many doggy lives, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just like your life is on like this thin string here.
The Reaper is coming.
Yeah. Like I lost my living space. Like I went from living on my own, like now in a house share, which is like not particularly where I want to be. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like demotions, just demotion slowly, after demotions, and it's like, right, well, I'm doing something very wrong here, and I was always in the poor me mentality. I've got bad luck. It's not bad luck. It's
bad decisions.
Bad decisions. He stopped taking that decision.
Yeah.
Like
it's their fault. No, it's your fault. Yeah.
And no matter how anyone tried to tell me, no, you know best, sort of thing.
Yeah.
But it goes back to moment of despair will eventually sort of spark your change. Do you know what I mean? Where it's forced.
Yeah.
But like we do now, I just want to avoid people doing that. Do you know what I mean? Sort of like to be able to check yourself is a good thing. Nothing wrong with being honest with yourself and just being like, look, I'm not it. Like, yeah. Right. There's nothing wrong with that. And most people don't even like themselves, mate.
No.
Everyone's paranoid about, you know, they're not doing something right. No one's perfect. It's just like, fuck it. But you can have a go. Make an effort for yourself. Can change the way you speak with yourself. Once you change that conversation in your head, you can almost pretty much
do anything you want.
Yeah.
The power of the mind.
That's it, mate. That's it. And once you'll never control it fully. Do you know what I mean? That fucker will play tricks on you.
Yeah.
You think, do you know what I mean? It's like the whole drink. Oh, go on, you can. You've done
well. The little devil inside of you.
He pops up, man. Like they'll always be there, right? It's the monkey chatter.
Absolutely. Yeah.
It's that monkey chatter.
It's the ping pong of thoughts. One good, one bad, and you have to wrestle with it.
Literally.
Yeah.
And then make your choice.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
And like you say there before, it was you're listening probably to the devil a little bit more.
Yeah. All the time.
All the time.
What
are you saying, Dev?
Yeah, he won. Like for sure. Like, and yeah, like you say, you're around. You know, ultimately it's on you. But I feel when you're around company and stuff, it's a lot easier to just be like, fuck it, everyone else is doing it, let's
have a go,
let's go, rock and roll sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I've twisted my arm again, do you know what I mean? Like, no, you just have no balls to say to people, don't fancy it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't want to do it tonight.
Yeah. Like that's
but he convinced me, didn't they? Okay.
Yeah. I'm in.
He convinced you.
Yeah. And it's sad really, because like you say, you end up leading yourself, you don't really. Me personally, I was like, I'll never be one of those people suffering with, you know, my mental health or
crying about it
or something like that. I just thought, never me. Sort of happy-go-lucky guy all the way, sort of like even throughout my sort of school, felt like, a bit about me, bit of character, and you know, I'd never be that sort of.
Well, that was how you struck me at school, like growing up. When I knew you, was that you were quite, happy-go-lucky. You just went with the wind or went with the blows sort of thing.
Yeah, this is it. Like, and
rolled with the punches, I think is the saying I'm trying to find.
This is it. Like, friend, like, do you know what I mean? I was like that. Like, I had to learn to be sharp because I was, you know, at school, like, especially when you're a fat kid, like, you had to learn to be sharp, so witty. And I had loads of like friends and I never seen myself like going to the point of, I don't know. You end up like the older you get and you believe the hype of maybe the teachers and all the rest of it. Like, you're not gonna, you know, this negative thought of you, and then you sort of play to the strings of what people say, you know. And you got to realise that you have to get the fuck away from surroundings, to feel better, to actually create a better image of yourself. Because otherwise, you just revert back to everything you were taught, everything, you know, that was said. And you actually play up to that, you know. And I think I did. A lot of my adult life was all the way through my 20s. Oh, your 20s are there to fuck up and piss up the wall, and I really did that.
Yeah, literally, yeah. I felt the same with the alcohol. You know, people would always say maybe most of the time what an asshole I was on it. So
yeah.
I'd be like, well, if you want an asshole, then I'll be the asshole. And that was it. I was already in that sort of...
It's your character, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to be tonight then for you.
Yeah, I had... very much the same, you know, and it's like, fucking, it didn't matter what sort of airtime you had airtime, and Well, I saw it was. There was enough people around me being like, yeah, but it was funny.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You weren't that bad. It was pretty funny. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Sound.
I'll do it again next week.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And that's the sesh culture, you know. And I realised I had to like separate myself from that sort of mentality as well. I remember sitting like one lad, and he was like to me, he was like, "This is just like what we do, and you know, this is it. This is what we do," and that. And I was just sat there thinking, I was coming to the end, and I was like, no, it's not.
It's not what I do.
It's not what I do anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm checked out. In this.
Yeah, I'm
With
slowly
a pile
packing.
of with a pile of fucking sniff waiting for us on the counter. Go on, one more for the road.
One more before I take my baggage and I'm out. Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm gonna check
You
in.
ever find that like sometimes you'd be like looking to like backdoor it out of a fucking situation, going for a piss, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'd be said there off, you're not going, oh, I've done it again.
Yeah.
You know.
Or you look at yourself in the mirror and you go, yeah, why did you get so wasted?
Yeah.
Why have you done it to yourself again? Yeah.
You're going back to that dinge hole, the fucking yes. Going back to your gaff, just thinking like, oh mate, days capitulated. There better be something on the TV I can distract myself
Yeah.
with.
And I'm making sure I've got enough weed at home to get me through it.
This is it.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes I wouldn't. If I didn't have weed, I wouldn't go home.
until I found someone that could find me the weed.
Yeah, nah, that's it. Like that was fear in itself. Do you know what I mean? I'm never gonna sleep again.
Yeah, we joke about it, but it was true. That was enough fear to keep you out. I've got no weed. I ain't going home. What the fuck am I going to do there?
It all started from there. Yeah, people say like gateway drug. It was like my addiction probably started with all that stuff. I couldn't sleep without it. Do you know what I mean?
Same, yeah.
So, and then that was like placebo. That would affect, and then I'd be stressing out at people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you probably the same. Like when especially here, because sometimes it was very few and far between where you could find some weed, especially at a younger age.
When it went dry.
You'd start, with the dry patches, and you'd get to the end of your weed, and then you'd be like, oh, and then all of a sudden, all you're thinking about is, I need to find more.
Yes.
That's all you spend your days doing, finding more. Where can I find more? Where can I find more?
Hung up on phone calls, like it could be in a bit, and then you'll wait. The phone lights up, and you're thinking,
oh, no, it's tomorrow. Fuck's sake. Like,
it's 12 o'clock at night, mate. You
Yeah,
could have told
yeah.
me 2 hours ago.
yeah.
I'd have settled down a bit now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to stress
You
head.
got me all ramped up, you cunt.
Look, I'm like looking at the clock, it's still 4 a.m.
Yeah.
I slept, and it's like, well, 2 hours, Kip it is.
Yeah. Tomorrow I might get some.
Yeah.
No, I used to hate
The
that.
false promises.
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it might be later tonight. No, don't mic me. Like, is it?
Yeah,
Like, I'd rather you just say no.
Just tell me. No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm waiting for my mate. And
Yeah,
then,
waiting for a mate.
The chain, wasn't it?
Fuck your mate.
The
Like,
chain.
who's your mate? Give me his number. I'll ring him.
Man, it was one of those, and there was always that fucker sitting on them, sitting on
Yeah.
a stash. And you
Yeah,
just,
I don't.
It's just a gram. Like,
Yeah, but I don't want to run out. Yeah, but it's just a fucking gram, dick.
a few shorties before bed. Like.
Yeah, that's all I want. It's just enough for a couple of shotties.
Mate,
yeah.
I tell you, like, it's mad, isn't it? It's like crack behaviour.
Yeah,
but
it was,
that's what we
yeah.
were.
At the age of what, 16? Yeah.
Mate.
Just give me enough for a shot.
Yeah.
Like,
My mum would hear me pop out my motorbike at like 12 o'clock at night.
where's
Like,
he
ding,
going?
ding,
Yeah.
ding.
I'm just going to fucking your
Yeah,
bakery. Fancy a sausage roll.
My mum knew from the age of like 15, 16, man, we were bunning the zoots, do you know what I mean? And to be fair, it was just one of those. Listen, Mum, I could be out getting drunk and hassling, you know, that's how I sold it.
Yeah.
That's a great salesman.
Yeah. At least I'm at home chilled out.
Yes.
That's going to come later though, don't worry. Like,
Yeah. No, I'm going to smoke before I go out.
yeah,
Like,
so I'm relaxed.
Yeah.
And I don't drink too much.
Jeez, did you ever used to do that? Yeah, just get like,
Yeah, get a little bit buzzed before you go out.
hit the bongs, a few volleys.
Yeah, on you go.
I'll be standing in Royal Yacht, his eyes cooked, man.
I don't know if I'm fucking stoned or drunk now. Like,
Literally.
I don't know where I am with myself.
It was bad news,
Yeah.
man. It was bad news. But that was like, blackouts and stuff. I swear would come from that. Like,
The fear for me was blackouts as well. You wake up in the morning, you don't know what you've done or who you've said something to. Or,
who I was lying to.
Yeah.
What stories I was telling.
Sometimes
yeah.
you come back with things like, where have I been? Like, one time I came back with one of my shoes and someone else's shoe, and I was like, I don't even know where I've been. Why have I got two different shoes? Then you start to know you've got some problems.
Oh, I literally had he was telling me, like, we were laughing about this the other day, and he was saying, like, he went out and he ended up getting on the mushies and everything, and he's like walking past this building site, and it was like a Sunday afternoon, and he had his shoes in his hand, and he was like looking at himself, and he thought he had nothing on, so he's like looked to the guys on site, and he was like, boys, will you confirm what I'm wearing?
You confirm what I'm wearing.
They were like, some jeans, a jacket, and a tee. He was like, "Oh, nice one, yeah," because he didn't know what he was wearing. And he was like, "That's when you know you're cooked."
Yeah, I have come dressed, haven't I?
Yeah. Thought he had nothing on, like, and it was just like, man,
Fuck's
like,
sake, man.
yeah, we've all been there. Do you know what I mean? Like, completely fifth dimension. Like, do you know what I mean?
Fucking don't know what planet.
Yeah. And for me, like, honest to God, I actually say, like, the ketamine, I had like an epiphany moment on it. Like, yeah, where I started to see my life, like, it started to mirror like me. Right, these are the problems almost. It was like DMT releasing in my brain.
Okay.
And I started like seeing, right, these are
Where
the
I can
issues.
where I can change.
This is where I can change. This is
what
what
I
I
need
can
to
start to do. Yeah.
That's mental.
I did, yeah. I was in Manchester in this gaff. And I was like,
That's in Manchester.
yeah, honest to God, I was in the UK every 2 minutes, man, obviously. And I was looking around, and I was just looking at my mate, and I was like, I do not want to see you for a few months.
you're bad news, mate.
Literally, I was like, you, and you. I don't want to see you boys for a while. Like, this is it, right? And I remember, it was this underground hotel party we went to. It was like going back like 30, 40 years. And it was mental, man. And I just felt like I come to that spot then. I was like, I've done it all now. Yeah. I feel like I've come into a place where I'm like, I'm content.
Yeah, I'm finished
with my party. Yeah. And there was like, I dabbled a few times in and out after that, but really that was like a moment of, no, you're satisfied now. You're bankrupt.
For one, you can't continue because you got no more fucking money.
Bouncing everywhere. And you're like, well, what more else can you do now, mate? You can start by rebuilding. You know what I mean?
The bank says you're done.
Yeah. And it was like, I felt a weight off my shoulders there once that went.
It's mad, though, isn't it? Like you say, you had all that money, and then when it was gone, that was when you felt free again. Like literally, or like a weight. Of just
the expectation had gone. Do you know what I mean? People start asking to lend money and all this sort of thing, and I just felt like I could be honest. Do you know what I mean? It was like, well, it was obvious. It was fucking right in people's faces what I was doing every week. Like, do you know what I mean? And like you say, it was like that whole sort of release, and I felt like I could just go back to being me. Do you know what I mean? And then obviously just the change take its course, you know? Yeah. And then it's the ultimate process of just slowly just cutting people. And
cutting everything bad out.
That's where you got to start, really, mate. It's a harsh one, and you're going to have your wobbles through it. But I just say to anyone, if you can, fight off those urges. That's where you're going to get your biggest wins. I'm that sado now. Like, I wake up Saturday mornings and I'm keen, like so keen to go running on the trails, and I just think every day, and it's sort of gives me a way to think. I'm not thinking badly of anyone, but I just think it makes me like put a smile on my face sometimes, knowing that people are waking up rough as fuck and I've conquered it again. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm happy that I've not fell a victim to that night out that I thought was a good night out.
That's my smugness now. You know, when I go to parties or something and I wake up somewhere and people are hungover the next day and I'm fresh as fuck, mate. I'm great. This is my win.
They hate you as well.
Brekkie, anyone? Open the doors. Listen to the birds. Fuck off, camera.
Other people as well are like, mate, I can't watch your content on a Sunday morning, like, because I know
you make me feel
you
like
mapped up 20k or something, and I'm fucking just getting in the gaff. Like,
I've just walked 20k home from fucking the party. And you're out there fucking running around, whistling, fucking watching the sunrise.
Like, I'm making brekkie by 10 a.m. Do you know what I mean? 20k in the bank, heading to the gym. You know what I mean? It's like, that's my wins now, you know? And you have to realise that shit right there is like, it's what I want to be doing for one, and two, you reap what you sow in the end of that. Like, it springs ideas, so you'll get inspired by yourself when you're doing it, and when you don't want to do things, but you still continue to do them, that's where you find their moments of your authenticity will shine through, you know? Like, I find that now. I find it really difficult to put on camera sometimes, like, which is part of it, you know. You click that record button, man, your demeanor, like, everything.
You just see your grid on it and you're like, oh fuck, I've got to say something and I don't know what to say now.
I had this great moment this morning where everything was fucking buzzing.
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you about it, and then it just like
You press record and it's like, "Grr."
yeah. Everything just zaps out at you, and you're like, well, that didn't last long.
Yeah.
I won't post that one.
Yeah. I just look like a cunt.
But these reps, man,
Yeah.
you got to keep doing it. Even if you're not going to post it, like,
Yeah.
I speak to a lot of. It's connected me with a lot of other people that are doing this sort of thing online,
Yeah.
you know? And just the stress is that you're going to go through with it, you know. You're gonna, some days you're really motivated for it, and then some days you're just not. Like,
not got
you
it.
don't want it. You don't want to be on screen. You don't want to be putting
Anything out there.
anything out there.
Yeah.
Because you just want a day for yourself. But it's important to show that side as well.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was going to say to you earlier, actually, about, like, everyone wants to start, but when you see everyone's highlight reels,
Yes.
you don't feel... It doesn't make you necessarily want to start because you just think everyone's got it all fucking together and you don't. So you just sit there still in your fucking pit of shame.
100%, which is sort of why I've taken my Instagram to that place. I like to freshly remind people where I started, and have them rough sort of looks of where I am, where I was, because people just see now the reference like, okay, now shouldn't you be running, like when they see, but that's changed from
Shouldn't you be at the sesh?
shouldn't you be on the set?
Yeah.
Great,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
changed the narrative.
Yeah,
Do you know
yeah.
what I mean? And
that must be a win for you.
that is a win.
Yeah.
It's a win. Like, it literally happened. I drove past St Albans there the other day, and mate was there with his dog, and he's like, "What are you doing in the van? Oh, I don't need to run everywhere now."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Well, that makes a change from people being like, shouldn't you be down the fucking rep?"
Yeah,
Do you know what I
people
mean?
now know that I'm changing.
Yeah, it's sort of stamped like, oh, it's nice now to not know I'm labelled with this fucking, he's a crackhead.
Yeah. I was going to be a bit nice and just call you a sesh gremlin, but yeah, crackhead.
I was, mate. I was. Literally stood outside the fucking hospital with a can of drink, like waiting for the pub to open some morning.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mate,
I was there.
I was
yeah.
there.
I was
And like,
there.
you know, you see people walking past, and it's
Yeah.
like Sunday afternoon, and they're like looking at you going, how the mighty fall.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that can happen to
Or
anyone.
especially like say in
right?
Jersey when you meet people or someone walks past you that you know from school or something, they see you like that and you're like thinking, what are they thinking of me? But maybe at the time you don't give a fuck either.
You don't, really.
No.
You don't. I'm on a whale of a time.
Yeah,
like,
you're the cunt.
Yeah. Mate, grab a drink and sit down. Like, do you know what I mean? Wow. But yeah, it's incredible, man. It's a complete mentality change at the end of the day. And like, it's all work, it's all steps. And like you say, you need guidance, you need help along the way. You mentioned you've been therapist. You got therapy.
Yeah, I've got therapist, psychiatrist. I'm all medicated up.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'm the full sesh, mate. And the
Got
other
you
way.
the
Yeah.
See, I obviously that was a process for me as well. I took myself to that and was like, right, I'm gonna go. And I had a few sessions, and it just didn't work. It didn't work for me as opposed to like revisiting all the bad stuff.
Yeah.
And it really wore me out, and I felt like every time I'd go back I'd feel awful after it, like for days. It took a lot out of me energy wise, and I just thought, this isn't working for me in terms of moving on, moving forward.
Just draining you more, do you find?
Drain me more. I was going back to, and I felt like I was blaming a lot of stuff as opposed to just being like, look, what happened. Now I have a choice to, like, you know, everyone's got a choice to be like, have a good day. And I'm going to have another good day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep doing the things that make me have a good day.
I'm just going to keep trying to have a good day. And
Literally.
That'll lead to a good life.
Right, so I did these things today. That accumulated to a good day.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, I'm going to try and have another one of those days. Do you know what I mean? Whether it was creating the small wins where I was just, you know, I'd keep eating well. I made sure in that week I went to the gym 3 times. And that stemmed from not walking in the gym, seeing how busy it was, and doing a complete fucking U-turn. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes I go in and just put my shorts in for a bit, go in the steam room and go back out. It's like, I can't deal with that.
Yeah.
People, I'd do Waitrose, man, like, hood up, please no one stop me in the street. Because if I've got to speak, I'm shaking like a leaf.
Yeah, I'm all over the place.
Yeah, because I've just had a big weekend and I don't want to. I just want to grab a pizza and
Fuck off.
roll
Yeah,
home.
yeah, no, I get that.
So that was where I was, and I just wanted to be not that anymore. Do you know what I mean? I wanted to be like, right, I'm just going to have these days, I'm going to set the smallest goals and just slowly just keep chipping away at it.
Yeah.
One day leads to two days, you know what I mean? And never looking too far ahead. And everything's changed up from now. Now work life just got so much better. Felt like everyone wasn't challenging me anymore. Everyone got off my case. Because I was there.
Because I'm doing shit.
I'm doing shit. I'm not like insecure and like about, because I was ducking and diving so much. Life.
Yeah.
Just cheating my way to happy things like that I thought were good all the time.
Cheap dopamine.
I was working for it now.
Yeah.
Now I was like, I'm working for it. I'm learning to make my food better. I'm getting down the gym. Yeah, I fucking look like shit, but I'm there. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, my mentality just flipped. I started seeing things that were positive, those little things, yeah. Like, the next thing you know, I'm fucking, like I say, work's better. I'm rebuilding relationships here. People are happy for me to see me moving in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? And you'll hit momentum where it's like, oh, all right, now I'm in the groove.
Yeah, it's like a rocket now.
Yeah, you'll feel good, and then you start looking good, and then like,
it's a knock-on effect.
Knock-on effect, man. And it will, like, I don't know if you have that patience. You don't know when it's gonna come, but it's gonna come.
Yeah.
You're gonna have it. Like, world works like that.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, whatever you put out, like say you get back.
I've even been like one of these now. I'm like, there is a God.
Maybe I do believe in something now.
There's like an inner God.
Yeah.
Like, I think we all have them. Like that thing that looks over. I always say now, I don't know, but my God's like my granddad. He was like such a good guy, such a good man. And I never really had someone to base my sort of like good man. You know, like you need to be taught how to be a good man sort of thing. I feel like that shit's like in me now, where he is that guy where I start moving in a direction, and if it's not there and my feelings not, it tells me.
Yeah, you get that sort of feeling in you now.
Yeah, I get like that inner truth feeling, and like, nah, man, you don't want to be there.
Yeah,
don't do it.
This is the wrong path.
This is the wrong one.
Yeah,
don't do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but now you're listening a bit more.
But now I'm listening.
You're tuned in.
Exactly.
Yeah,
dialing in.
Yeah,
like, do you know what I mean? And it's overused, and people will talk about locking in, but that's really is the basics of it. Like, is listening to that shit and taking yourself away from the distractions and going, hang on, what would actually, me think of this, like, away from influence and away from what everyone else is sort of thinking. But yeah, I have that now, and I truly believe it. It started to make me believe more and trust in myself and this feeling that I have in it. And now I go with it. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's not always the best decision, but you're never going to nail it. You
never know what the best decision is until you make it.
Yes, exactly. It's like, everything's a slow burner, but I believe even with people like yourself, when you start something, it's about continuing consistently with it, and you just get better naturally along the way. You'll get better as a podcaster and speaking out openly. It's reps, isn't it? Like reps in the gym. You're gonna build them
reps.
You get better at it, and then you become more fluid.
Because
you understand what you're talking about more. You understand the direction you want to take things, and then ultimately it will take a direction, right?
I think it's the messy middle, isn't it? It's trying to figure out where it is you have an idea of where you want to be, but you don't necessarily know how to get there just yet. So you're sort of dipping your toe into all sort of avenues until you find that.
I think if you speak to anyone that had success, they will tell you, this is the best part. This is the best part.
This is the fun part.
This is the fun part. Because once you reach that goal, you think that will fulfill you.
What's
and
next?
It doesn't, because it's another thing. Do you know what I mean? So people, when it's at this moment, we're just sat in here in a little room and we've got a couple of little mics and we're just chatting away. But when you reach to that bit where you could end up in a studio and you've got like other people, you might think like, take this all for granted from where it all started. Do you know what I mean? Like, and that's why I think now I look back to that guy who's walking home for a joint after 800 meters. And now I'll go and do 20, 30K for the crack. Do you know what I mean? Like,
mental.
So it's
fucking mental.
That's what I'm saying. It's sometimes you have to go and go, hang on a minute. Yeah, you've come a little way here. So just register it. Because
like someone said to you fucking 2 years ago, you'll be able to do 20, 30K just for fun. You'd be like, you're fucking mental, mate.
I'm up to 100K races now. Like,
when's the next one? Gran Canaria or something?
I'm on this weekend.
What?
I'm doing one this weekend. Round the Rock.
Oh, fuck no.
So that's probably about 78K or something.
Jesus, man.
48
and
miles.
That's here on the island, Jersey.
Yeah, so Saturday morning, I've been training for that pretty well. So, yeah, like I say, I'll do that one, and then I'm going to Gran Canaria in March, early next year. that's 126k in the mountains. So that's
Fuck, man.
that's like
some races as
6,500 meters elevation. So that's a total different ball game. So it's like starting in the snow, basically down to the sand. Like, so yeah, but mate, they're adventures. Like, that's what I think now. Like, when I start taking stuff on, you have to see the adventure in it. Yeah, see the stuff that when you were a kid you thought was super cool. Yeah, that's now as an adult. You need to find like shit that's like, hey, this will be fun. Yeah, let's grab our jackets now. I'm just pissing down and out. It'd be good crack.
Get out.
Let's get out. Just see how it goes.
Yeah.
And then you don't realise the growth in that, you know. And yeah, it's hard to find a lot of people, especially on the island, that want to do that with you. I like go away and I'm like, but the thing is, I'm running through these mountains with like-minded people, and the same people you're chatting, like, 'cause you're running with for a couple of miles or climbing up these mountains together, experiencing the same pain, and the chats you end up having.
And you probably get a bond through it as well, mate, like doing the sesh.
These guys that like the exact same. That's driven them to sign up for 120k races as well.
Exactly, yeah.
Like no normal person just goes.
Get about the mountains.
Do you know what I mean? You've had some issues.
Yeah.
You just
or you like pain.
Yeah, 100%. And like I had it, man. I was like, meeting guys from all walks of life, from Czech Republic, like all over Europe and all over the world, you know what I mean? People from New Zealand that travel far and wide for this, and they're all the same. Most of them have given up the drink and drugs, and they're like experiencing new ways to
find that
sort of dopamine. Do you know what I mean? That same sort of sense of the high. Do you know what I mean? It's brought me back to like stuff that I realised I love to see new places. I love to travel. I love to meet new people.
Yeah, that's your new thing.
That was the sesh as well, though. I love meeting new people, chatting shit on the sesh.
So you're basically just taking out the alcohol and the drugs.
Yeah. And fill it with stuff that was just far more meaningful. These memories will last a lifetime. Now I've got people on Instagram that ran that race with us, and the start line. I've got a guy there I met on the plane on the way over. He's nuts, man. He's like sign up. He's doing 700k.
Do you reckon you'll do the old the fucking the iron? Is it? I know the ultra sort of the ones for like the desert and stuff and.
Yeah, so I'm looking at one now. I don't know whether I'll be able to get, but I need to be sponsored for it. Okay. And I was thinking about raising some money for men's.
Yeah,
like
that's a good idea.
And it's a 200-mile race across Switzerland.
Okay, but
so it's 400k.
Yeah.
From there, you can do it in like a team, or you can do it solo.
And you're looking at solo.
Solo, yeah. But it costs like best part of like 2k.
Okay.
To even get on the line. So. People say, "Oh yeah, take up running and it's cheap, mate." Australia cost me like 3k, 3.5k.
Really? Well, just for all the gear and stuff.
All the gear, the flights, the Airbnb, your fueling, like my poles and everything, shoes and all these things that you don't realise that cost.
It's not just the shorts and t-shirt and you turn up. Yeah.
Nah, you don't just roll up there.
Like you just come off the beach.
Yeah. Well, I knew there was this one guy who was running barefoot, mate. He was running 120k in barefoot.
Yeah.
Slovenian guy.
What was his feet like at the end?
Mate, he trains in like that. So,
okay, they're solid.
Mate, yeah. Because we've actually got he's got like Amazon feet, you know, they're like hands.
Yeah.
So he, you know what I mean? Like grips up. Mate was telling me, Sam, he was like, yeah, he rolls up from Slovenia, slept for like 3 hours on a bench in the city, and then just rolls up to the start line, runs 120k and flies home.
That's a job done.
Literally. Like,
easy work, boy.
He doesn't pay for him because he's an elite runner.
Yeah.
He just gets a bib number and he just gets invited to him. He's an absolute freak.
Machine,
a machine, mate. So there's levels to it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's sick.
But
clearly.
Yeah, there's people, man, like if you're in this space as well, you sort of realise like how many people like are doing just so many crazy things. It sort of like will take the shine off what you're doing in your own individual journey, so you got to be careful
not to compare yourself.
Yeah. Like it is the thief of joy. Like I admire so many people. I follow guys like that. They're running they run 100-mile weeks for the crack, and they're just constantly doing 100-mile races, 200-mile races, 300-mile races. You're talking like 5-6 days just non-stop running. You sleep where you are. They're tripping out and that, like, because you're hallucinating, man, like, in the mountains, sleep deprived. And they just like asleep on the side of a mountain, like
then go again,
and then just wake up and go, right. Best keep moving.
Literally fucking Forrest Gump.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Like it's just insane, Like, but it's a whole part of
It's a lifestyle for them, I suppose, as well, yeah.
I think what's brought me to it is like, fucking hell, it started from that small run, like you say, and then each one you complete and you don't fail at, you're like, what can I do more?
Yeah, what's the next level?
It's a never-ending fucking story, do you know what I mean?
You see fucking Ross running across the continent of Europe and Asia.
Yeah,
like literally Forrest Gump, just going to keep running.
I just enjoy running.
Yeah, I just enjoy running.
Yeah. It's the simplicity
What's
of
the
it.
goal
though,
here?
right?
Just to run?
The simplicity of it. I think it's just life in general. Once you just start stripping down the basics, there's so much enjoyment in the simple things, right? You know, the older you get, you start realising that fucking time's not infinite and you start losing people. The stuff you're concerned about starts changing quickly. Do you know what I mean? Parents getting older, grandparents. So like, once you have all that and, you know, you get away from the hustle and bustle and you start thinking about these things, fucking, you start like, it's easier to cope.
Simplify life, less things to worry about.
That's the best way I could fucking say. And I think I want to go out this sort of thing, being honest with myself. That's the best sort of like,
that's what you can be.
Like the best feeling towards it. And fuck it, you're not going to please everyone, so just do you, man.
Is that how you want to end it?
If there's one thing I say, is be honest and stay true to you, to actually what you know, you. Otherwise it's just that bigger mountain to climb, isn't it? Remember, look after yourself.
Yeah, remember, look after yourself.
Well, that's a wrap for today. Big thanks to Ross for showing up and keeping it real. If you want to follow him, his handle on Instagram is @RossDialedIn. And if anything in that episode hit you or reminded you of your own journey, let me know or share it with someone who needs to hear it. This is just the beginning of guest conversations on TOMU. More to come. My mic is open to anyone that wants to share their story. If you're enjoying the podcast, please leave a rating. It really goes a long way to helping us grow. And don't forget to follow on our socials @TOMU Podcast to keep up to date with episodes, future guests, and exclusive behind the scenes and sneak peeks. And remember, be good to yourself.